Dang.
Hello.
That was sick.
That was an awesome new intro, brother.
You guys like that, huh?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
pretty
that's
nice,
crazy.
pretty fancy.
That's crazy.
I made it for him.
Yeah, Fabio made it for me.
That was
And,
Fabio.
Actually, I just made it by myself. I'm just kidding. Anthony did it for me. Shout out to my boy Anthony. He did a really good job. He did the intro. He did the outro. So yeah, it's Friday night, guys. We survived.
I
We're
know we
here.
survived the week.
Yes, we did.
Holy cow!
I know,
And as you
right?
can
We
see,
did.
guys, I have an amazing panel. Yes, is coming. He is coming. He just took the bus. He's on his way to the studio. He should be joining us shortly. But before I start, I want to introduce my awesome panel for tonight because let me tell you something, guys. It is Friday. I got a shot before starting because I need it. And we're going to have fun. Fabio from Fast Figures in the house. What's up, my friend?
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for having me. Hi, everybody.
What's up, my brother? We have 1/6 scale man 2099 Lael in the house.
Hey, man, what's going on? How's everybody doing?
We're here, man. Friday. Thanks God
That's
it's
good.
Friday.
That's good.
We have the Dr. WILLFOXIFICATION in the house.
Yes. It never felt more fancy than on your show, Dante. So, me and Fabio here representing here. So,
Ducks.
but I'm happy, Dante, because you're about to buy your first statue, so I can call that a win. And two, my J&D Joker's paid off. So,
Ooh, damn.
yeah. So I'm excited from
somebody-
Comic Concepts of all places. I know your
Somebody's
favorite.
making a lot of money.
I wish.
Somebody's
My bank
making
account, it
a
looks
lot
like
of
a
money.
nuclear explosion right now. So.
The bank
Yeah,
account
so-
looks like after you bought a house.
Exactly.
Like that, like drained.
Yeah,
like,
or
like
it's
only
like, that scene in
200s.
Terminator where like Sarah Connor gets like evaporated with the nuclear explosion. Like that's how my bank account looks.
Oh my
That's
God.
what it looks like. I feel like I'm holding on to that fence after paying for that J&D. Yeah. So
And he said that he's not the wizard, that he knows the wizard. But you know what? I don't know. I think he's actually the wizard. Aries from 6 Scale Cantina in the house.
But hey, listen, this off-world Jawa egg juice sure helps anyway when you talk about the wizard. But look, man, I'm always honored to be on your show. It's Friday night. Thanks for having me, brother.
Anytime. Well, is it possible that we're gonna see the Hot Toys wizard interrupting the show at some point?
You have to wonder.
So stay tuned for that, guys. And let me tell you this. I was talking to Josh, and I think he's gonna have some surprise for you guys. So I don't know. He's gonna send me a message. So let's just wait for it. And as always, I want to say hi to everyone on the chat tonight. Get your drinks, get your popcorn, because we're gonna have fun. To Catherine in the house, that collector, primetime reviews, Carbonite Kit, the Kellys, Blackbird Tech, Punisher XS, the collector number 1. We have Luke Scudney 92, Mark Atkins, 6 Scale Mafia, Anthony in the house, Ren Stolentino, Single Son Raiden, Riley Ramirez, and Ashley Chase, and everyone joining us tonight. Rob Garcia as well, Big Collector, that collector, Pennywise Man, and everyone. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. 51 people already watching, so that's awesome. All right, so let's start with this first super chat. Aaron Logan says, "Great panel. Will needs to watch Clone Wars."
that's what I hear. But I couldn't get through the first season, man. I can't get through it. I tried. I tried
I'm
desperately.
not the only one. Thanks God, I'm not the only one.
I know. I heard it gets a lot better, and everyone says like, was it season 7 or season 8? The last season's really good.
I'm in season 1. I'm episode, I think, 12
Okay.
or 11th. One of
Yeah,
those
some
two.
of them aren't too bad, but it just a lot of it feels like a kid show. It feels like a kid show, and I can't get through it.
You got to get past the first 2 seasons. Once you get past this, the thing is, there's elements in the first season. There's definite elements in the second, but then the third it starts to ramp up. And when you start getting deep in, because the thing is the translation, or the transformation that is from what you would think is a typical kids show.
Yeah,
it starts to ramp up in season 3, and then you start seeing some dark twists and dark turns. And it gets deep. Like it really, really, really gets deep, bro. But it's worth the watch. I mean, because then it's like I said, it segues into, of course, the final season. Then you have Rebels, of course. Like Rebels is a masterpiece, bro. So, yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Just the thing is, it's just like any other, like if you can watch that. What's that on on it's currently on Netflix right now. What is it called?
Arcane?
Arcane. If you could watch that, bro, like literally, you can watch this.
I'm
bro.
only
Like,
2 episodes in. I'm not
I haven't
loving
seen
it
that
so
one.
far. I'm like,
Arcane.
it's okay.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying,
but-
bro. I right
yeah.
now I've watched. I've started watching it, but I can't really connect myself to the hype. You know, I really.
Yeah, it's the same way. I think a lot of people say you get
Yeah.
through episode 3 and then you start to hit a good roll. It's starting to
Okay.
get me a little bit, but the first 2 they're okay. But I'm with you there. They're not grabbing me completely yet.
Yeah.
Talking about shows now, let's just move on to movies. Who's ready for Spider-Man next week?
Oh,
Oof.
Yeah.
Do you guys get your tickets?
Aries, you get your tickets?
Yeah, we're gonna go see it Saturday night at like 8:30, I believe it is.
Okay.
Or like it's late. Actually, I think it's like 9. It's one of those, but we're gonna go see it late next week. So yes,
I'm going Thursday 7 p.m. I told you the story, right?
Same here.
Woke up 3 a.m. in the morning, tried to get my tickets. I got them. I was waiting in Fandango for like 30 minutes. The system was crashing. A lot of people decided to go to the movies.
I was able to get mine this week actually, and it was all where we like to sit. It's at a Cinemark. It's I like the back row, but it's not that far away. It's like really close to where the screen is, and then like everything's like underneath, so I like get to see everything. So we got the seats we wanted.
Yeah. Speaking of
that's nice.
Spider-Man, Will,
What's up?
my Venom's on the way.
Oh, see, mine's not. That's some shit
Yeah,
right there.
I went through Underground and they just out of nowhere yesterday they sent me I got the they just
shipping
sent me the shipping notice and stuff like that. That it was
Nice.
coming. So yeah,
You gotta let me know, man, how it is, because I
Yeah,
got mine on pre-order.
that-
I don't want to
that-
say where from though, because then Sideshow will go take them down. So-
Yeah,
God.
that's what you know what that's the thing is, like, you can say Underground because Underground uses like a lot of these companies there,
yeah.
from, so it doesn't. I'm not going to say the name, but you can say the name.
Nah,
but,
but
you
if
know.
you're gonna
Yeah.
buy from anywhere that has a good price,
Yeah,
risk.
but I got my tickets for. It was crazy though because of the very first night that the tickets dropped. It was hard to get tickets, bro. Like literally, it was hard to get them.
Yeah.
It was like impossible. But because of where I'm at, I knew I could actually get them the next day. But the problem was when I tried to get them, because I have a Regal membership. So basically, I have the Regal Unlimited. Bro, like they didn't have the 16th up. They didn't have that up to purchase. And I'm like, what?
Same happened to me, yeah.
Yeah. So I got kind of pissed because I had to go through Fandango and pay, because like normally I get like my free ticket and I could just pay for extras. But yeah, I had to go through Fandango. And so I contacted Regal and let them know. I was like, look, now all of a sudden the 16th is available, and it's a hurdle to try to actually get it. People had to change the location, and that's how they had to do it. And I was like, look, I'm paying for this Regal Unlimited, and there shouldn't be this many problems. Like, first it was a problem me logging in, then I'm having this problem with getting my tickets. Like, what's going on, whatever. So to make up for it, what they did was they gave me which I'm like, how is it? Why give me a free ticket when I can just get it because I'm paying for
It's
it?
free
know
for
what
you
I mean?
anyway.
Yeah, it's free for me anyway. So what they
Right.
did was they was like, well, we'll make up for it and just cut it in half next month, but you don't have to pay like the full price for whatever it is. And on top of that, we'll throw in some refreshments for free.
Oh,
When you
okay.
go. So it's like, all right, cool. You know what I
good.
mean? So if you have a Regal Unlimited membership, you can kind of talk to them about it, and they'll kind of help you out.
I
Yeah,
feel
no,
like it's the first major blockbuster since coming out of COVID. Really, I mean,
Yeah.
I went to go see the Godzilla versus Kong, which was freaking awesome. I mean, I was like, whoa! I couldn't believe how good it was. Went to go see it with friends and our whole family. But I just feel like this Spider-Man is the first like blockbuster since coming out of COVID. So I feel like
Yeah.
not that it needs it, like it's Spider-Man. I mean, this is an awesome movie, but I feel
Yeah.
like it's kind of like, I don't know, spearheading the coming out of COVID. Like, hey, we're back. Blockbusters are back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one was crazy because a lot of people want to watch the movie, obviously for obvious reasons, right? You don't want to get the spoilers. Even I think, Will, you mentioned this in your show. Someone did that even the reporters or whoever, the press, is not watching the show for like the whole time. The
Just
whole
only
movie.
40 minutes.
Yeah,
Only
they said they're
40
only going to show
minutes.
40 minutes to the press. Yeah,
So
for press screens, which is very abnormal.
it's
That is very
abnormal.
unusual. Yeah.
So what does that mean what are we gonna see?
Right.
I just can't wait, man. I'm telling you, I can't wait. That's
There's
gonna be an
gonna be some
amazing
stuff,
movie.
Dante. Yeah, there's gonna the only reason they would do that, like I said, and I saw John Cambia talk about this. The only reason they would do that is because there's some stuff in there that they don't trust even professionals to keep quiet.
Yeah.
So like there's some stuff I think that we're expecting the 3 Spider-Man. I'm talking about beyond that. I'm talking about like other stuff. Like John Cambia's even thrown out the idea of like Wolverine or something. Or like someone showing up and at least making a cameo that people would talk about, even if you were sworn to secrecy or
Huge.
silence. So
Right.
yeah, I think there's going to be some stuff, and Venom's going to show up. We know that probably. So there's going to be some stuff going on. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely is
Yeah.
gonna be some stuff going on. I just want to give a shout out to my friend Aaron Logan, John in the house. What's up, my
Yes,
friend?
yes. Can't
Ooh,
wait to
the
fun
man
Sunday.
himself.
Sunday's gonna
man.
be fun day for us, bro.
You guys are gonna have a fight there, right? With the poses.
Yeah. Yeah.
So since we're talking about Spider-Man, right? You guys know that we got a Weibo, Hot Toys official account. They mentioned something about, hey guys, which figures would you like to see or would you like to take home? And they gave us Doc Ock, they gave us Green Goblin, they gave us Electro, right? The actual normal person, or the normal version of Electro, not the blue one. I think I heard that Jamie Foxx said that the only way he will play Electro is if he's not blue. I don't know if that's true, but just wanted to mention
Well,
that.
he said that when they did like a press interview with all three, him, Willem Dafoe, and I keep forgetting what's his name, Will, you
Alfred
know his
Molina?
name, Alfred Molina,
Alfred
yeah.
Molina, yeah.
So they basically did an interview with, and he said that when they came to him with the actual script, and told him that it was going to be a totally different iteration. He was happy about it. So he didn't necessarily say he didn't want to do it. He just said they approached him originally and told him that it was going to be a totally different iteration. And that's what he basically went with. So it's going to be interesting to see how they explain it, how they worked it out.
Right.
But yeah, it'd be exciting. So Hot Toys should put here in the fine print. Don't get your hopes up because there's no chance in hell. They should put that at the bottom.
I
and
know,
just
right?
straight up.
Like a fine print. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
start. But I'm going to start with Fabio on this one because Fabio, you have the Green Goblin, Toys era Green Goblin. You have the Toys era Doc
So
Ock.
Mhm.
So Toys. You also have the Electro, right? The blue one.
The original.
So what are the chances? And I know we discussed this many times before that what Hot Toys, according to some of the inside sources, said that they might not do villains, but now with this type of question, it's kind of like opening some doors for a possibility. So, what do you think? Do you think it will be a missed opportunity for Hot Toys to actually do villains?
Well, for one, my opinion is that when they do villains, if you notice, they are selling. So that's number one. They really never did. They started doing more and more. They're selling. They're doing very well. In my opinion, I think it would be stupid in their part not to come out with villains because, especially for this film, because it's so popular, it's so big. There are so many iconic characters in the movie that it would be ridiculously stupid for them not to do even one. But the fact that they're asking us what we want, I have a feeling that they're going to come out of left field like they usually do with a lot of stuff that we would never even expect them to do.
Like the lizard?
No, you don't know because
Who knows?
the Venom body, you can use that body for a lizard. So it's a no-brainer for them if they were to do it,
Aries, do you concur?
Yeah, I concur completely with what Fabio said, and on top of that, I really feel that for me, this also shows me that Hot Toys is paying attention to what is being discussed about them, on social media. So when people wonder, are they watching, or do they have people, checking out some of these YouTube channels, some of the comments that are, that go on their Facebook page. I really think that they are. And I think that for me, this was really, if you're fishing, which really what they're doing here, they're trying to see what the response is. It gives me a lot of hope for a lot of the other figures that we've been waiting for a long time, just for everybody in other lines. Because if they feel that they can go ahead and turn a profit on this, because I really think that they're going into a slightly new mechanism coming out of COVID. They survived. There's some toy companies that didn't survive. coming out of COVID. There's a lot of companies that didn't survive, coming out of COVID. And you see the changes that, it's been crazy with Sideshow and with this and that. So I really feel like that they want to, get the pulse, if you will, on certain things. But I also, so that gives me a lot of hope in that regard. But as Fabio said, it would be, I think, a foolish move for them not to put out the villains in this movie. This is a blockbuster that's going to kind of set the tone now, post-COVID. So I think that they're going to come out with as many figures as possible that they believe that they could sell from this movie.
Interesting point. What do you think, Lyle? Do you think we're going to see some villains? I know they said they might not do it, but with all these questions and what's going on with those era, what's going on with these reissues of Doc Ock and Green Goblin, I don't know, man. What do you think?
Again, I mean, the thing is, if I said anything, it's just me giving Hot Toys too much credit, more credit than what pretty much they, I'm not saying that they don't deserve, because they give us some amazing figures, like, and we love them. But I just think that they kind of dropped the ball when it comes to releasing, villains for whatever IP. We don't get enough villains for, surprisingly enough, as people might want to believe we do, but we don't get a lot of villains for Star Wars. We don't, not as much as we need. They stick to just certain figures because it sells, and they know they will sell. Boba's gonna sell, but he's right now he's not listed as a villain anymore. You know what I mean? Like, he's more so an anti-hero. Vader will sell. You know what I mean? Troopers will sell. But we still haven't gotten, some of the figures that we should have actually gotten. When it comes to like Spider-Man, there's a complete wheelhouse of figures that we should have actually had. Hot Toys should have already released Doc Ock. They should have already released Green Goblin. They should have already released Vulture. They should have already basically released Lizard. These figures should have already had or seen the light of day, and they haven't. You know what I mean? And it's mainly because they don't think that there is a market for it, and they're sticking to what they believe is the top seller, which is, again, Spider-Man. Spider-Man figures are going to sell. They know that. We know that. But I think that if they were smart enough, they would pretty much dip their toes in that arena, because it's a space for it and people want it. And on top of that, right now, No Way Home is hot. Like, it is hot. Like, literally, it is really, really, really hot. Like, everybody's talking about it, and it's true. They talked about it today. Like, Book of Boba is right around the corner, but I don't think the steam is on that right now because everybody is talking about Spider-Man. Now, after this week, it might change. Once we get that released, then it'll be a focus on the Book of Boba. But right now, Spider-Man is hot, and I think Hot Toys needs to start capitalizing. Don't keep doing re-releases, because what's happening is companies like Toys R Us is saying, you know what, we're smart. When they released that Doc Ock, I got it first go because I wanted a villain. When they released that, Green Goblin, I got that right away. And I'm gonna tell you, both of those figures are phenomenal. People don't. I'm telling you, just the craftsmanship, the design, just how articulate them figures are. Like, they are incredible. Like, seriously, and they will hold up. So no wonder they sold out. And then they're basically using it. They're using it to their advantage to re-release these particular figures. We're getting them. Like, a lot of people who missed out the first time, they're getting it. I know they're like, yo, I am so happy. So right now, again, Hot Toys has dropped the ball, because even if they don't release it, these third-party companies are like, yeah, they got it. So that's what I'm saying. But it's still, even right now, even if they do release, they're going to take a hit a little bit, because they know, like, the quality of these other figures and people actually purchase them, it's already there, and they know they can actually get them, even if, and they don't have especially if you don't have the confidence right now in Hot Toys. So the advantage right now is to, like, Toys R Us to release that figure, and it's crazy. Like, literally, I can't say enough about that Green Goblin. Like, if you get it in hand, yo, literally,
it's a good figure. Though.
It's an amazing figure, and I'm like, yo, like, they really knocked it out the park with that, because even, like, all the way down, from just the figure itself down to, like, his hoverboard, like, that thing is incredible. Like, the color palette, everything, just the ingenuity, how you can fit this figure on there, it's just credit. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if Hot Toys was smart, they would have jumped on that ship even before like us even seeing and already knowing that number one, once that trailer was released, we saw Doc Ock. We saw basically that grenade. So we knew we were going to get an iteration of the Green Goblin. Hot Toys should have said, ooh, let's jump on it right now because we already know that these other companies had already released one. Let's do it right now and get ahead of the ball game. But again, they didn't.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't have that confidence. So
Right.
we'll see.
I guess I will tell. But before I go to Will for your thoughts about this, I want to say thank you for DVS for the €2 donation. He said, "Is Mando 1/4 scale worth buy it or pass for you gents?" Well, let me tell you this. I was filming before coming to the show, the review. So I'm gonna put it tomorrow. So just check it out. So far, I love it. I really love it. So, you have to see. I have a nice posters that I put together for you guys. So just stay tuned for that. Tomorrow I'm gonna put it. I don't know if I'm gonna do it in the morning or the afternoon or night. I don't know. Maybe after Aries show, so I can just send some people that way. Just kind of like abusing his live stream. But thanks so much for the donation. Will,
Yes.
what are the odds
Mm.
the Hatos decide, you know what? I'm not gonna listen to you guys for the very first time, and I'm gonna do the Green
Very
Goblin,
first time.
and I'm gonna give you two options. I'm gonna give you the helmet, and I'm gonna give you this.
Right.
What do you think? Do you think it is possible? Like Aries will say, is it possible?
It's like that classic scene. It's like, so you're telling me there's a chance? You're telling me there's a
I know,
chance.
right?
That's basically what we're thinking
Dumb
of.
and Dumber,
But
right?
yeah, exactly. I do feel like Layout does make some really good points here. Like Hot Toys tends, so does Fabio, Aries, all you guys, seriously. Like Hot Toys does tend to neglect villains to a degree, but they do it, I guess, because at least in recent years, I feel like the approach they've taken is we're only going to make stuff, for the most part, there's some exceptions here and there. For the most part, we're only going to make stuff that we know will sell. Like, or that is so cheap to make that even if it doesn't sell in mass quantities, we're still going to come out in the green, right? So like a trooper that cost them almost like very little to make, even there's no head sculpt, even if that doesn't sell like 20,000 units, they're going to be okay because it wasn't that expensive to produce anyway. It's not like Venom, and Venom actually did really well. So Venom was actually one that, if you could call him a villain per se. But, Carnage is being made, so that's great. That looks like a brand new body. That's some serious stuff going on there. So I'm glad Hot Toys throws us a bone like that every now and then. But I do understand the lack of villain representation for sure. Because, I'm a big villain guy. Like, I tend to like the villains more than the heroes in a lot of cases. They're the ones I don't know. Like, I feel like a story can't be successful without a really compelling and charismatic and good villain, right? So I like their role in film. But I still maintain the belief. I do think we're going to get a Green Goblin. I do think we're going to get a Doc Ock. Electro is much more dicey to me, just because anything past the big two villains, from what I can see, like those are the two that I think people mostly have anticipation for. But Electro, Jamie Foxx could easily come in and steal the show in this movie. He is an incredible actor. I mean, especially his work in Django. Seriously, I mean that is one of my favorite movies. He's an incredible actor. Seriously, but. I really like Electro as you look, and Lael talked about this. They did that panel with the villains from No Way Home, and he was very candid, Jamie Foxx. He was like, I'm just glad I'm not blue anymore. He was like, I'm just glad, like he said that. And I really like that. I told my brother, I was like, I love how transparent and candid he is. He was like, yeah, like I'm really excited about it. I'm glad I'm not blue. So I was like, yeah, that's great. So, and his outfit is sick. I mean, seriously, he has a really cool, like he's like Whiplash, but 50 times cooler. So, That's so much better. I mean, and what if Hot Toys gave us a star head sculpt? I mean, come on. That's going to be sick as hell. I mean, that could be a Mysterio type figure that just blows you away when you get it in hand, right?
Yeah.
Mysterio, like everyone was hyped for, but when you get it in hand, you're like, oh my God, this is like really amazing. So for me, I think they're going to make the big two. I think Electro's kind of a dark horse candidate to be made for a figure. I don't think Lizard's going to be made, but I don't know. Maybe they will go all out on this No Way Home stuff, and they'll make all of them. But there's probably going to be a sixth villain because there's only 5 right now. There's going to be someone we don't know about show up too.
I can't wait, man.
Yeah,
I get goosebumps every time that I'm thinking
Vulture,
about it.
but I don't think Vulture gets made just because he's too massive. Like you have the Jazz Inc. one. That thing is
I have the
freaking
Jazz Inc.
huge.
one. The wingspan is 4 feet across.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like Hot Toys, if they made that, they'd charge you $650. I mean, like they would, and I don't think a lot of people would buy that. So I mean, that's the problem. So I think he's an amazing character, but I think the big two get made. Electro, I hope gets made. I don't think Lizard, but if they go all out and make everyone, because No Way Home is super hot, they could do it, and I think a lot of people would be in for it. I'd be in for the big two for sure.
Let me ask you a question, Will and Lael, because how much of a price would you think people would be willing to pay. So, for instance, I really feel like Hot Toys prices are getting higher, and I think they're going to
Yeah.
continue to get higher. And I think that, you brought up a good point before. There's certainly, with certain new figures, new sculpts, there's an investment if they have to do any kind of new sculpt or whatnot. But I really feel like, hey, if they're like, hey, if we can just make a small production of these or an exclusive of these, and people will actually pay an Iron Man price for it or a mid high 300 price for it, why not make 3 or 4,000 of these? Because people are just going to buy it. Where's where it stops, where it's a price is too high, or does it
Right.
not matter? Because hey, 3,000-4,000 people are willing to pay that kind of money. Just make it.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And it's so hard to tell, Aries, because with Hot Toys business practices, we have no insight because they just do not communicate. We have none in terms of what it costs for them to produce stuff, what it costs, like how many they make, how many they sell, nothing. Like we know absolutely. And that's the hard part because it's all speculation based on just what we see anecdotally. So, but I would say, like if you're making a Doc Ock, he's going to be expensive because he's going to have 4 tentacles. So, I mean, he's probably going to be minimum 350.
Right.
I would think I think if you start getting in the 450 range, that's where people are going to tap out. But if you make him around 350 to 400, I think you'd probably be all right. And like you said, sell 4,000 of them.
And if
But
they
Green
do
Goblin,
that, they'll get more expensive.
yeah, and Green Goblin, he's only expensive if you give him the glider, probably. If you give him the glider, he's probably 450, 500 maybe. But like, I always go Aries back to the Darth Maul with the speeder. Like he was like 425 or something, and inflation's gone up a little bit, so maybe 450 for Green Goblin with the glider. But I don't know. What do you think, Leo?
I mean, I think it's. I mean, we already know it's going to be expensive.
Right.
But I think again, here's where they're going to have to play it smart. And if they're watching closely, they'll know that Doc Ock that we got from Toys R Us wasn't expensive at all.
No.
It wasn't as expensive.
It is
And
now,
it was.
though.
It is, but
But they're reissuing it, so it's
That's
it's reissuing. But even still, it's not much more than what it was before. It really isn't. And the thing is, it's quality. It's still quality. Like people look, it's not on par. Put it this way: head sculpt. We know when it comes to head sculpts, Hot Toys, they're tier. Now they've had some fumbles. We know that, and they have to admit it. They fumbled the rock a few times, but it's top tier. But at the same time, even if you have that Doc Ock in like straight up with the goggles, man, like the goggles on is bro, tell them it's on point with that figure. Like literally, like the tentacles are like really, and they're not too hard. They're highly. I've had this figure now for like 2 years, and the tentacles still hold up.
Nice.
I don't even have to have a stand at all. I can have my figure in and use the tentacles to stand him up to give him support. That's how incredible that figure is. So the reason why I'm saying that is if they decide to go up, if they decide to go up in price, that figure, there better be an explanation for it, and that figure better be crazy. It better be bananas. Because the thing is, if it goes up, people will say, okay, well, that's fine. At least we know we still got Toys R Us.
Right.
Like straight up. Like that's how it'd be. So the competition is there. And Toys R Us already shown their hand with those prices. So if Hot Toys wants to get in the game, they're going to have to be, I mean, I know they're going to be competitive, but even if they do decide and they want it to be high, throw us a bone, throw us a diorama base with that joint and make it hot. So we'll basically say, okay, it's worth the price of admission. Because
But
if you
that's what
don't,
they-
it's going to be a problem.
Right, but that's what that's what they do, and they throwing out more stuff with the figures. But now before we continue, Andrew James with the 199. Thank you, my friend, for that. He says, "Damn it, when are we getting Pennywise?" And that's a perfect time because
Leo just can't get away.
Nah.
you know
You guys got accepted this way.
we have to talk about this, man. Like this is something that if I don't talk about this, I'm gonna feel like something is missing in my life. So we're and then we're gonna transition to the first question for you guys, for everyone. So Pennywise, right? We've been waiting for a lot longer than usual for this figure. According to Sideshow, is shipping December. According to the sources, is coming soon. That's what we were told. But the coming soon could be coming like in 4 years.
Coming
for
never.
them. But at this point,
Aries, they said the same thing about Ahsoka, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yes. Look, I have a prediction on this. Here you go. Since Is it possible this will release October 1st, 2023?
2022.
And I say yes.
Damn it,
I'm
Harris!
out.
Don't put that evil on us.
I'm out.
I'm out too. I'm done.
Everyone's going.
Yeah,
Come on, man. You're gonna say that. You're gonna break my heart on this one.
yeah. You
I
put it
should
out there
chase-
into the world, Aries, and Howard would be like, "That's a good idea, actually."
I know, right? Don't give that guy ideas because we're already struggling with this. But I have a question for you guys right after this. Ashley Chase, $7.99 Australian dollars. Thank you so much. And this is for Will. Where's Pennywise? Okay, Will, I'm gonna let you talk about this. What's going on with this freaking Pennywise, man? You know, I know, we are like desperate to get this figure, man.
Yeah, we're desperate. And it's funny, I always try to tell people that there are other people out there who are desperate to get this figure besides just you and I, Dante. So it's not just us. We may talk about it the most, but there are other people out there who are desperate to get it too. And I think it's actually going to sell better than people think. Do I think it's going to be a Spider-Man integrated suit? No, or an Iron Man. But I do think it's going to do decently well. There is a horror community who probably don't even collect Hot Toys that are seeing this, that are like, hey, this is badass. And I want a perfect representation of this character, and Hot Toys has pretty much nailed it here. So I'm very excited for this. Where it is, I mean, it's almost a full year delayed at this point. I know it's supposed to come out January to March of this year, so we're almost pretty much at a full year delay, which I think I was seeing that everyone was talking about. It's the longest delayed figure in recent times. Like it's I know Gamora had a really long delay, and some other figures have really long delays, but this Pennywise is definitely starting to contend. So the only thing I could think is that Hot Toys never really cared about this figure that much to begin with, and they just wanted to do something and different and throw it out there. And I know there was always the story of them. I forget what the other company was, but they were competing with them, and that's the only reason they made it. And that was kind of the story, at least the rumor. So I don't know if that's the case, but I'm just hoping they don't Dante half-ass it. That's what I'm worried about. Like maybe if because if we wait all this time and then he finally comes out and he's just not right, like that's like. I know I would be so upset, but you know, if it happens, I guess we'll just have to deal with it. But I think he's just been delayed because there's so many other figures they have prioritized more, like the Mandos, the Spider-Mans. Like they want to get those out first because they're bigger sellers. And this one's just like, well, we'll get it out when it's out. So I'm starting to think it's probably next year sometime. I don't know. I don't want to. I'd rather anticipate it later than sooner and then be happily surprised. So
Fair point. We have 115 people watching. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe all my friends' channels here. All the links, everything is in the description below. And let's get to 100 likes. Come on. I know we can. Together we can. Fabio, do you think this guy is going to be released this October 2022? October 31st, 2022?
Well, you know what? At this point, with me personally, it doesn't matter to me. When it comes out, it comes out. I'm done, being on top of this. When it's coming, it is what it is. Next figure, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lyle, how many are you getting?
None. None.
Oh, I thought you were gonna get 4.
Nah, I'm not. I mean, it's a spectacular looking figure, but it just doesn't fit well with me. You know what I mean? Who am I gonna pose him next to? Vader? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, do it.
You know what I mean? Like, well, how's that gonna? You know what I mean? Like, literally, like it's just not gonna look right. But I mean, whoever. But here's the thing, though. I do think that this figure, because of the hype surrounded around the delays, that once this figure drops, it's going to be just like Hellboy. It's going to be just like another leader. It's going to be like those one-offs where it has so much presence that it will sell out and the price will shoot up for it. It just, I don't, I just, for me, I know my brother likes it. So, you know what I mean? He's all in for it. He's a hard dude every day, all day.
Oh, man,
But,
horror movies are the best. I love horror movies.
Yeah, but nah, nah. I mean, I mean, when it releases, it releases. That's just the same thing I feel about. I want to be surprised now. I'm right there with Fab. I want to be surprised that once it drops, it drops. I mean, you already know where my heart is.
If it drops, it drops.
Yeah. I want that. I want that Ahsoka so bad.
I know.
All right,
You're the same with
that.
Ahsoka layout like we are with Pennywise.
Hold
Yeah.
your thoughts about that. Okay, so now we go into the territory I wanted to actually go, right? So yes, Pennywise has been delayed for like 50 years already. Ahsoka is getting delayed. A lot of figures are getting delayed. Okay, so this is the question for you guys: how much time should we collectors wait from an announcement to a final release? What is the best time? Because you see Hatters what they do, right? Sometimes they killed it with the time. Sometimes it's like super fast. Sometimes it takes forever. Like look what happened with Superman. Look what happened with Pennywise, Ahsoka, you name it. A number of figures we can talk about all night about delays, right? But other figures like even Venom. Venom was supposed to be released next year, and it was released this year. Same thing with Spider-Man. Same thing with some of the troopers. So I'm gonna start with Aries on this one. Aries, for you, let's say today they announce, I don't know, let's just put your favorite one. Jar Jar Binks is announced today from Hot
Jojo,
Toys,
Mace
They're
Windu.
gonna say Bail
or
Organa.
Mace Windu, Battle Organa. Those are announced today, right now.
Mhm.
From today, what is a fair time for collectors to wait until we get the figure released?
Look, in a way, it's a smart marketing strategy, whether they know it or not, because in a way, what they're doing is they're getting us to talk about it over and over and over again because they keep dangling this carrot in front of you. It's like if I'm dangling this off-world Jawa egg juice, you're like, damn it, give it to me already. But, you know, to the point before, like Lael and Fabio said, they're at the point where it's like, I'm done talking about this. So sometimes you could dangle the carrot too much
Yeah.
and collectors get frustrated. So
Yeah.
I think for a little bit, it's okay to make them wait and to kind of build up the anticipation and build it up and build up the hype, for lack of a better word. But it's also can get frustrating, you know, at a point as well. So I do see that with a lot of figures. Obviously, you know, with Star Wars recently, boy, they're coming out with them faster. You know, they came out with that armor, and then all of a sudden we had this slew this fourth quarter. And then it kind of stopped, but I think we're going to get a bunch more perhaps over the next, you know, 3 or 4 weeks. So how much time should we collectors wait from an announcement to final release? I'm not quite sure, but I think if you're coming into this game with Hot Toys, you got to understand, hey, it could be really, really quick. You know, here's a frustrating thing, because I talked to some people about the chrome-plated Mandalorian. And it's like, okay, I'm really jazzed up to get the 2-pack Boba Fett with the, you know, the show coming out. And I was, you know, planning $500, $495, and I'm going to do it early. But now when you start throwing in, like, I don't know what I think the chrome plate is like $365. It's steep. You know, and it's like, hey, I'm planning to budget that, you know, next, you know, fourth quarter 2022. Now I got to pay that as well, or I got to pay this, or I got to pay that. So I don't know. I mean, it's a really, really good question. And honestly, I don't know how long you should wait. I think you should budget accordingly to the time that's put out, but certainly have at this point some wiggle room, some gray area to be able to adjust, because I think we're adjusting right now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Will, I know you probably asked this question before as well. And I think I got this question from you. Somebody asked this question. And I think it's a fair question. I don't know if you guys collect other things besides the statues and Hot Toys. I collect SH figures, for example, right? And usually the turnaround time is really not that long, right? If you pre-order something, let's say today, within 6 months, 7 months is released, pretty much, right? Should Hot Toys do the same thing? Like, because I understand what's going on with the world, with the pandemic, delays can happen, right? That can happen. It's a fact. It's not like they have to do something in 3 months and then that's it, right? We know it takes time because we're talking about a different animal. It's figures, it's a sculpting, painting, materials. You know, that adds up to the time frame. But as collectors, right? For you, Will, what is the best period that we should wait for it? Like realistically speaking.
Yeah, that's so tough, Dante, because these figures like are really, really high quality for the most part. I mean, the Hot Toys, like Lael said, they really do nail it most of the time, and they're top tier for a reason. I mean, Hot Toys is probably the most recognizable collectible company in the game, and I don't really think it's close. You know, I think most people who like aren't even collectors know what Hot Toys are, right? And a big part of the reason for that really is the head sculpts and just the overall quality of them. So they do take time. For me, if I was going to say like ideally, I would say like 12 months, you know, 12 months from, you know, the initial, you know, pre-order drop of the figure. I think that would make sense to me. But at the same time, I've said for a while, like there's just with Star Wars and just with Marvel, there's so much content to keep up with, whether it be the Disney Plus shows or the movies, and then the video games. There's so much for them to keep up with that it's just very difficult for them to even keep their head above water. So that's why, like, a lot of DC, they don't really seem to care much about, or we don't get a lot of Pennywises or Alitas or or Hellboys, because they're not characters connected to large IP franchises that that they're trying to do first, the Disney stuff, really. So for me, I mean, the problem is I guess it's just the nature of the beast. I mean, you're going to wait 2 years for most figures unless it's a Mando or a Spider-Man. Right. So maybe an Iron Man, depending on the figure. But we've waited 2 years for Battle Damage 85. So it's just how the nature of the beast, I guess, because these things take time. They have like probably 100 plus figures on pre-order right now. I mean, there's a lot. And everything's getting delayed. And yeah, like you said, you can't pin everything on COVID. I think this is just a glimpse of the future. I think it's just how it's going to be. Everything's going to be a 2 year plus wait. And like I said, unless it's like some movie promo, or it's a Spider-Man that they want to push out, or something like that, or it's a reissue or something.
Or summer special.
Other than that, like Armorer, you're waiting 2 years. And I think that's just, like, it's unfortunate because look at Endgame. Look at the Endgame figures. They're really not doing well. But if you had released those a year ago or even a year and a half ago, when Endgame hype was still maybe around at least a little bit, like they sold out immediately probably. I mean, or at least pretty quickly. But now they're just sitting on the shelves because Endgame came out like almost 3 years ago. So I mean, it's that's the problem. They still haven't finished that line. So I mean, they still got Loki and Battle Damage 85, I think. So I mean, which are the two I want the most. So I mean, so it's just I mean, that's the thing is, I would love to wait a year, but I think we're looking at 2 years every figure now, realistically.
Yeah, I mean, Lyle, I think if you ask me, if I have to give you an answer right now without me thinking like how you guys, Aries and Lyle put it in perspective, I will say it's 6 months, 7 months tops. What are your thoughts? Do you think that's a really fair time, or do you think it's gonna be a year, maybe longer from now on?
I just think that basically you shouldn't have an expectation anymore. I mean, if you take away the expectation, then you're not, for me, taking away that expectation, it keeps you grounded. It keeps you focused. It gives you a level of understanding as to the simple fact that, number one, right now, this is the way Hot Toys is running. And I kind of had to think about the simple fact that we are thinking about we're coming out of COVID. They did lose a lot of money. Like they did, is from whether it's distribution, whether it's, manufacturing, what I mean? The cost of what it actually had to be around that time. I think a lot plays into it. So, in my opinion, I just think that you have to kind of just temper your expectations and just wait it out. Whenever it drops, it drops, Think about some of the stuff that you already have, things that you can possibly get your hands on. And just also, it may actually help a person budget a bit better. You know what I mean? You might have, we're coming out of a time period where we were just getting figure after figure after figure. For those who review figures, you know what I mean? That's constant figures that are basically dropping. Those price gouges are up. So I think it's just like right now, it just gives you time to really budget. And then once those figures are released, you're better prepared. You know what I mean? So I just think, when it comes to delays, temper your expectation. Don't really think about it. Like, just, get beyond it. I know we have these discussions, but it is what it is right now. Like, I think
as long as you plan, you're good.
And that's it.
Depends regardless of the wait time. But before I go to my boy, Fabio, is he company collectibles in the house?
Guys, sorry, I was in a family cult session while we were sacrificing some guinea pigs. Plastic.
Don't forget the goats,
plastic lords.
How many goats do you eat?
Guinea pigs. Guinea pigs. We don't drink the blood. We drink the pee. So scare them, make them pee, drink the pee.
Oh God!
I just found out about this.
It sounds like an amazing cult.
What's going on, panel? What is going on? House party protocol tonight.
I'm gonna introduce
party protocol.
I know. I don't know if Will met Easy, but Will, Easy.
Nice to meet you, Easy. I don't think we have.
Sorry, you had to see that.
It's too late, bro. I'm joining the call. I'll send my resume over.
Yeah, Lyle, Easy.
How you doing, Lyle? What's
nice
going
to meet
on?
you, bro.
And I know the other guys, Aries, amazing, Julia Roberts.
AKA Julia Roberts.
You never know.
You never know.
Yeah,
God.
and then we have
And
the guy with the
Fabio?
hat. What's his name? The
Uh,
one next to me with the glasses.
the guy. The guy.
Mario.
Yeah, Mario.
Quagmire. No.
Bill Clinton? No.
Mario's
Bill
figures.
Clinton. Fabuland. No. Hold on, it's not that.
Enrique Iglesias.
Enrique Iglesias. Enrique Iglesias.
Middle name actually. So it's funny. you
Oh,
say
there we
Enrique.
go. Hey.
Enrique, come on,
Hey.
vámonos a la casa, Enrique.
Kudos for that.
We're gonna be like a soap opera, like
Yep.
this.
laughing in Spanish.
Somebody needs to gift that.
Before Fabio, okay, so what are your thoughts about this time frame that we're waiting now? So figures are usually announced, and then it's gonna be released in summer 2024. Like what the hell?
I'm about to compare third party and Hot Toys. I'm not comparing, but I am. So my opinion, I feel like third party companies, at least in my opinion, should not be structured as well as Hot Toys should be. They give you a release date and they usually stick to it. It's usually they give you a quarter and it's usually within that quarter. Why can't Hot Toys do the same when they should be above these third-party companies? Why do we get so many delays? It doesn't make any sense. I would love to have that time frame like a third-party company does. So maybe 6 to 8 months. I think that would be perfect. But a year, I feel like that's a lot. That's way too much. A year, and then not only that, but you get a year, and then it's like, well, it's delayed now. Like we're dealing with, what we were just talking about, Pennywise and
Right.
Ahsoka, and you know what I mean.
You forget Pennywise, man.
It's unnecessary to have to deal with these long waits like that. You know what I mean? If
Right.
it's not happening with a third company figure, and like I said, I'm not comparing, but I am, because the quality of a Hot Toys, obviously they're going to take more time. They're going to take more. You know what I mean? It's a different world. But if they could keep that time frame, why can't Hot Toys do whatever they need to do to be able to do the same?
Well, I think they're bigger companies, so they should have more people, right? And that will play in their favor, I think, right?
And that's
What do
my
you
point.
think? I mean, they don't need to take the same time you take to do your collection tours, but but 6 months is a good time. Easy. What do you
What was
think?
the initial question?
So, how much time should we collectors wait from announcement to final release? So let's
3
say
days.
let's
I
say Julia
wish.
Roberts is announced today as a figure, right?
So, I mean, I have a thing like it's cool and all when they release a figure, and then 3 years later, we're like, "Who's Iron Man?" I mean, we still didn't get are we still waiting for Endgame figures? Yeah, we are. That's bad. I think we should have Toy Fair exclusive waiting times. You know when they release Darkseid Anakin, when they release other figures like Toy Fair stuff, like the Armorer from Hot Toys. That stuff is cool. I love that fast release stuff. I don't, but it's kind of a bittersweet mess because they have to align themselves with the shows that's releasing and popping every single year. They have to align with the stars and they have to align with Aries. So, I mean, they got a lot on their plate. They have to align with a lot of stuff. So I think that's causing a lot of delays and what to put out and what to reuse and what to reissue. So
Hey, listen, baby, they gotta be in line with the Wizard, not Aries. Remember, I'm not the Wizard. The Wizard's a
Aries is the
changeling, like
boss.
Sam Wessel.
Aries is possibly the boss of all of YouTube Hot Toys things. I mean, this guy's got all the statistics.
Listen, the Wizard can come as a droid and may only speak bocce. So just like Uncle Owen was asking, you better get good on your bocce, dude.
Bocce.
Or you're gonna miss the Hot Toys prophecies that are gonna be forthcoming, baby. Come on.
See all this talk? How can you keep up Hot Toys?
Yeah.
No. So I'm gonna stick with this one with Aries because Aries, I just have a feeling, man. I just have a feeling.
Oh my god.
I tell you,
I just have a feeling. I mean, I don't know December, but I think definitely like few, the very first weeks of next year.
if they make me wait like you poor guys waiting for Pennywise on this, I would probably just die of coffee failure or come on. I mean, Honestly, this is probably and shout out to our friend Desi from Metamorphic Customs, because we're kind of in a line with this. This is his most anticipated, figure for next year, and it's certainly mine. I mean, it's a real toss up between this and that Mandalorian Luke Skywalker. I go back and forth, but they're both neck and neck, baby.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't know you were going to pull this up on the screen. Look,
Caught the man by surprise.
man, they're definitely look.
Who said I'm not prepared?
Hey, look, I've got the deluxe spotchka. I'm prepared, baby, too, right here, and that's what this deserves. Look, it wouldn't surprise me because they did move up the Lando Calrissian, and I think that this one, believe it or not, is going to probably be produced around the same numbers. I don't think this will be buku numbers, just like the Lando one. I really don't think the Lando one is going to last. If you actually go to, and I'm relating the two here together, you actually go to Sideshow, I'm actually really pleasantly, happily surprised to see how high Lando is really, really selling. I think that there's limited quantities of that. I think there'll be limited quantities of this. But could you imagine this, guys, at the 40th anniversary packaging to get out your Snowspeeder Pilot Luke in this figure? Wow, I'm so excited. Sure, I think it's possible that this one could come out earlier than expected, but please just come out at least when it is expected, which I think is the second quarter. But it wouldn't shock me at all. And really the question, Dante, I think is it possible that Hot Toys is done with the Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary line? And I say no. I think you're going to get one or two more. I'm just saying.
That's a
Okay,
good.
okay.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Easy. I'm gonna go with you on this one as well. What are the chances that we're gonna get a better head sculpt than this? Better. Let me rephrase. Better in terms of maybe a new head sculpt, I should say, instead of a reused one.
I don't think so. I think it's a little late in the game for them to start, or maybe too late in the game for them to start wondering about newer head sculpts on the final release. But I feel like this is a lot of people hated this one alone, with this hair, but with this helmet on and everything covering it up, I don't think it's going to bother me as much. And I kind of like this sculpt anyway. So I know the
Me too.
You don't
Mandalorian,
like? You said
huh?
you don't like it.
I do like.
Oh, you do like it.
So it really doesn't bother me. The new sculpt that's coming on the Empire Strikes Back prototypes, those are much nicer. To me, those are beautiful.
The Bestman one.
I mean, yeah, the best one. And the Mandalorian show one, that's just as good too. But I don't feel like if they change it, fine. If not, I'm not too bothered by it. This is, I mean, we've been getting this head sculpt from him before, so it works for me. And plus, I'm gonna have a helmet on him anyway. I love this figure. This got to be, like Ari said, this is one of the top figures for Luke to come out in a long time. It's just decked out. I love it.
And like you're saying, Easy, I really feel like even though it's the same head sculpt as the Jedi Knight Luke that came out, and also the Endor Luke, I feel like it's better. Whatever they did with the hair and the paint on it, I just feel like it looks better than those.
All right. It may be the hair. It may be the hair and better paint apps.
Yeah.
The Return of the Jedi first Luke, I don't know. It was kind of bland. But if you look at the shading on this one, this is prototype pics with the lighting, and they're fluffing it up. Who knows? But I think I can
Final
agree with you.
production photos and I guess videos, but honestly, for me, even if they're terrible, I'm buying it.
Yeah,
It's no speed.
It's an iconic X-wing or
it makes sense. Will, going to you now. So
yeah.
are we gonna get this figure? Do you think it's gonna be released sooner? By mean sooner, it could be this month. I don't know this month, but I have a feeling that it's gonna be sometime in January. I think they're gonna push this figure to be released sooner, like what they did with Lando, for example.
Right.
What are your thoughts? I mean, do you think they're gonna do that, and do you think they're gonna improve the head sculpt, but they're just gonna keep it as the same one as the Return of the Jedi?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, to me, this head sculpt looks pretty similar to Return of the Jedi, just with a little bit of different hairpiece. So that's kind of how I feel about it. But I do feel like, yeah, Dante, this probably isn't coming this year. I think this is more likely to come early next year. Like, would be my speculation. I would say sometime maybe January to March, right? First quarter. I think that would make the most sense to me for this figure. As for the figure itself, like, it's funny. Like, I originally had it on pre-order at one point. I ended up canceling it because I was trying to trim some fat with some of my pre-orders. So, and now
This is
I
good
know.
fat though. You know, there's
Yeah,
fat, good
maybe
fat.
it's good fat. I will
This is
because
healthy
I had,
fat.
True, it's healthy fat. It's a good kind. It's like the dressing on your salad. It's good.
Yeah.
So, but I basically I had a bunch of pre-orders and now I've gotten it down to a pretty good point, and even now I'm trying to whittle it down. But it's this figure I do really like. It's just I'm getting Mando Luke, and I didn't feel like I really needed both. To me, the head sculpt is good. But Hot Toys has a really hard time capturing Mark Hamill. I'm not sure why that is, but he's just one of those sculpts that's very fleeting for them. It's like it's there, but it's like not quite fully there, you know? It's like one of those. It's not like a Yondu or a sculpt like Evangeline Lily Wasp or Killmonger where it's like that's them, no doubt about it, or Hela. But this one is like 70, 80% there, you know? That's how I feel about it. But the outfit is great. You guys are right. It's really cool. It's a unique look. I think people are really going to like it. It's going to be a unique one. It could become another Bespin Luke, you know, in that it's very sought after on the aftermarket, like Aries talks about with the market show. So, yeah, I mean, I think this could definitely be one of those. For me, I think it's probably going to end up a pass. Although if it comes out and I like really get wowed by it, then I'm going to maybe I'll consider it. But, you know, Easy's right. Most people are probably going to have the helmet on him. I mean, the helmet's just too cool to not use.
Yeah.
It's just a cool accessory. It's too cool to not put on his head. So it's a cool looking figure for sure. And it's, like I said, it's unique. But for me, it's not one I feel like I need. I'll go with Mando Luke, the deluxe, and just stick with that for my Luke probably.
Pennywise has a priority, and I agree with that.
two Pennywise.
Two Pennywise. Dos Pennywise, yes. Lala, I know that you like Star Wars, right? Are you gonna get this guy?
Yeah, like
Bro, he's the main Star Wars guy. Look at that. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Here's the thing though. I didn't. This is one that I didn't pull the trigger on yet. And the reason why is because I actually have the Hoth slash Dagobah Luke from Sideshow, you know, and that one's pretty good, bro. Like, I mean, literally, like, you know, I love the quality of that figure. Like, I always said that it's one I wouldn't give up because I did like what they did with it. And I kind of figured that Hot Toys would come along and, you know, try to one up because this is what they do.
Right.
It took them long enough to do it though, but they did it. But yeah, I definitely don't think it's coming this year. I think it's going to actually come probably, you know, we'd be lucky to basically see it. And you got to keep in mind Chinese New Year is right around the corner. They're trying to basically still clean up all the stuff that they didn't release and what we're still basically waiting on right now. Because you got to remember, again, along with Ahsoka, we have Darth Maul from Clone Wars. You know, we have, you know, that particular figure. There's always been speculation that they would probably release the Boba Fett 2-pack. So we'll see how that's actually going to go. But again, I don't think that we're going to actually see this until probably late or mid next quarter. You know what I mean? Because they're just ramping up for whatever, and all they're doing right now is showing their hand with releases. You know what I mean? Like not releases, but reveals. You know what I mean? We're getting reveal after reveal almost every week with minimal releases. And right now, I think the last important release for them, you know, even though we did get that, we just got that zombie Deadpool, which came out of nowhere. I'm like, wow, like, what the hell did you do that for? Like, you know what I mean? But again, that came out of nowhere. But again, we're not basically seeing some of the things that we expected to release. Like, I think the only thing that we expected, I mean, that they announced that we expected at around that time is when we got Cody. You know what I mean? Oh no, not Cody, but Rex. When we got Rex, and we finally got that. But around that time, the rumor was we were going to get Rex and Ahsoka. And all we've been hearing is that Ahsoka's done, and they're just waiting. Okay, this, that, and the third, whatever. But again, with all of those particular releases, this right here, I think is going to be kind of pushed a little bit. Even though I think it's something that would be a no-brainer right now, and they should actually they should take care of the 40th anniversary, because there's so much in richness in the 40th anniversary that should have been done already. Like
Right,
seriously,
right.
you should have capitalized on
Yeah.
that. Then they didn't. But and again, like I mean, if they do, it's just, the thing is, if they surprise me with a Star Wars release, then I'm happy. Because
I
right
think we're
now
gonna get.
they haven't surprised me with shit.
Yeah,
Like, you know
no,
what
I
mean?
think I think
So,
we're gonna surprise. I'm very positive we're gonna get something before the end of the year, and Fabio, going to you now. So, I really hope this guy is released sooner. Hopefully, I mean, I doubt this month, but I have a feeling it's gonna be January. It's gonna be one of the first releases next year. Um, do you think there's room for improvement? Do you think Hatos will probably do some minor changes to this scope, or just
I
gonna
don't.
leave it as is?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think it looks fine. I have the sideshow one, so when I get this, I'm just gonna because I have the helmet on my sideshow one, so I'm just gonna have him displayed holding the helmet. But I don't think that there's no reason for them. I love the head sculpt as it is. I don't think they should change anything. But you never know what they're gonna do.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I mean Dante. Also, one of those figures I think are going to come out in the 40th anniversary packaging. Still, I'm really holding out for that Bespin Luke Skywalker to go in that pack. I really think that they would. I mean, it's possible that they won't, but I do think, and certainly I think you're going to get 40th Return of the Jedi once they start rolling that out and you start seeing that Black Series and whatnot. But I really do think we're going to get, including that Bespin Luke, I think you're going to get a couple of things. Still a couple maybe.
Yeah, hopefully. And we have 130 people watching right now. Please hit the like button. Let's make it to 100 likes. Come on, we know we can do it. And obviously, don't forget to subscribe to all my friends' channels here. But before I continue with the next topic, I want to tell you guys, I don't know if you know, but we have a giveaway going on. So I put all the what you need to do in order for you to qualify for the giveaway. So make sure you check my Instagram page. I put all the details there, as well as my Facebook group, 6Cal Media. The link is also in the description below. And for the 6,000 subscribers, as soon as we made it, we're gonna make a live stream and we're gonna announce the winner of a brand new Hot Toys. Is gonna be Spider-Man or what was the other one? Rescue, or one of those two Jet Troopers. So you have three options to choose, right? Brand new Hot Toys courtesy of Comic Concept. So if you want to know the details of the giveaway, go check out my Instagram page, go check out my Facebook group. Everything is, all the links down there. So don't forget, because I'm telling you, we only 70 subscribers away. So let's try to see if we can make it before the end of the year. So, and of course, hit the like button. All right, so now we have another topic here, and this is something that I'm going to start with Aries on this one, because we always talk about this guy, and we have our hopes very high, waiting and hoping that Hot Toys will pull the trigger for this one. So probably what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Where is this mother? What are the chance, man? What are the chance? At this point, I'm getting anxious, man. We all talk about this. I mean, we doing this on purpose. Yes, this is on purpose, guys, because we want Howard Chen to listen to us. Come on, Howard Chen. Come on.
You're making me pull the Spotchka out when you bring this up. Look, I'm never going to be tired of bringing this up. I know this is coming. I know that they're going to put this out. The question is, are they going to do it in conjunction or fairly close with the release of that Jango Fett? You could only pose that Jango Fett with really that Christopher Lee Count Dooku, which is absolutely amazing. But it's not really the pose I want for Jango Fett. And to be quite fair, at least in my view, I don't even think you need to pose Jango Fett with anything. I could just put him with the Mandalorians or put him by himself. On the same token, same thing with this character, and even more so with Mace Windu. I'm actually a little bit baffled that they actually put out the Liam Neeson Qui-Gon Jinn one. I know he was a major, kind of maybe carried that whole movie, The Phantom Menace, but really, Sam Jackson was in all three of the movies. He's a pivotal, outside of Yoda, the pivotal Jedi Council. A Jedi for sure, and I really, but it would not shock me if this is one of the figures I think it happened Lando last year out of left field that comes out of left field still before the end of this year. I know there's going to be a couple of announcements that are going to probably really make us happy before the end of this year. But certainly I believe in 2022, not only is this going to happen, it has to happen. Come on. This is the next logical, besides Clone Commander Gree, which they're 1,000% going to capitalize on that cash cow. They already reissued the Attack of the Clones Yoda, so they're definitely putting that out. Mark it down. It's coming. It's a clone. They got the molds. Easy. That's coming. And forget about the Gree from Sideshow in the secondary market. But besides that, which they're just going to do for money reasons, this should be the next one that comes out. This and the Padme.
And I want to give a shout out to Adapting Chaos. Also seeing all you lovely people here. Saludos desde un peruano. Arriba Perú, arriba Alianza, my friend. Aliancista corazón, forever. I'm Peruvian, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Peruvians in the house. Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
It's forbidden slang.
Oh.
And they got 2 head sculpts in this already.
It's too sexy. It's too sexy for the brother.
Yeah,
You
bro,
gotta
it's
stop
too
that, bro.
sexy
You
for
gotta
stream.
cut that out. My lady's watching, so please
This ain't
stop.
an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Listen, and also just Howard, if you're watching, this is going to sell buku bucks. Forget about your heavy infantry Mandalorian and your Tusken Raider. It's going to sell better.
So we already
Come
told
on.
Howard, so now I'm going to tell you Howard in Spanish.
Here you go.
Señor Howard Chen,
This is what he does.
por favor. Necesitamos a Mace Windu. De verdad.
Who's speaking Chinese?
I need my spots.
En serio. Necesitamos a Mace Windu. Thank you. Gracias,
Hey,
Señor Howard Chen.
Will Howard's like, ah!
Yeah, Drew, he did his chair. He just fell over.
It's like,
Easy. We need freaking Mace Windu, man.
That's all I needed, Dante. You just needed to do that, and he's like, oh, he's into production. Put him
Right.
into production, boys.
So easy.
Mace
What are the
Windu-
chances? Yeah, go ahead.
Mace Windu is needed. Is needed beyond belief. Collectors nationwide are going into strike on why this guy is not coming out. We have his head sculpt. We have his license. We have his robes. All we need is a purple lightsaber. That's all we need, Hot Toys. It's just a mystery. It's a mystery of where and how and when.
I tried to mute it, didn't work.
He muted after the fact. He's like,
I was like, whoop.
Sorry, guys.
It's all good.
so no, we need Mace Windu. Yeah, go ahead. Easy, continue.
No, but yes. Mace.
Mace Windu or Mace Windu?
Mace Windu. Windu.
Windu. Lyle. Mace Windu. Come on, man. Come on. Tell Howard Chen. Tell him.
I mean,
It's your time. You're on the spotlight. Tell him.
I want this thing so bad. But here's the thing, like the problem. You know what? No, I'm not, because I'm not gonna use this time to put a damper on anything. So my thing is, Howard Chen, if you're listening, there is a market for it. Like there's a market for it. Basically, like if you don't think, and I know because Howard Chen loves Star Wars, you know what I mean? He loves it. Even though, basically over in the China market, they don't really appreciate it as much as he does. There's space for it. You know what I mean? Like you over here, you sell them, we buy them. You put it out, we'll buy them. It's proven. So just do it. Like, I mean, especially if you want to make money. If you don't like money, then don't do it. But if you love money, then do it, because it makes so much sense too.
Yeah.
And you know what? Just give it to us with a custom-made bad motherfucker wallet, and we'll just roll with that. Like, come on, man. Like, just do it. Like, seriously, we want this figure, and we've wanted it for so long. And just kind of get past all the whatever. Just give it to us, and I'm pretty sure we'll basically love it. So, Howard, if you're listening, you know the market, you know what we want, and just do it. Just give us a purple lightsaber. You got the head sculpt already. You have everything that you basically need. You don't have to use an eye patch. Give us come on, man. Definitely, like, it's a no-brainer. Just give it to us. all day, every day. This is what we want. I'm pretty sure everybody on this panel, even possibly Will, would get that figure. So.
Oh, it's not even a question. Yeah.
There you go.
I would
see?
definitely get it. Yeah.
There you go. So that's what I'm saying. Yep.
Yeah, I would definitely get it.
Let's dedicate the next few seconds to
Look at the camera, Will.
Dear
Definitely.
Howard Chan. All right, Will, your next one.
Okay.
Look
So
at the camera when
here's
you
what
say
I'll
it. There you go.
Here's what I'll say.
Dear Howard.
That
I don't know why
Howard
when he looks
Chan-
at the camera.
Howard Chan voice. Give us Mace Windu. Mace Windu, seriously. That's all I need to say. I don't need to say it in Spanish. Mace Windu is what we need. We need him. Fabio, tell him to the camera, Fabio.
All
Is
right,
it Fabio or Fabio?
Fabio.
Fabio. Tell him to the camera. We need Mace Windu.
Tell him in Spanish.
Howard, keep it.
Nah, bro, he doesn't mean it, Howard. He doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it, Howard. Howard, Mace Windu is one of the most important Jedi of all time. One of the most important Jedi of all time. He literally he beat Palpatine. Let's just say it. He beat him. No one's ever beat that man before besides Mace Windu. Like, he is Sam Jackson. He beat snakes on a plane. Come on. He killed fucking snakes, motherfucking snakes on a plane. Like, come on, dude. It's Mace Windu. He has a purple lightsaber. Easy. Tell him to the camera.
Easy. Dear Howard Chan. Tell him.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker. I mean, like, you know. And the head sculpt's already there. They did Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Just like update that sculpt. I mean, it's like it's robes. It's Jedi robes. I mean, it's like it's not that hard.
He's staring at the camera. And then Howard Chan is going
They
to
gotta
what he's gonna-
complete
Oh, Howard's gonna do it out of
figures.
fear now because he's gonna he'll find goat's blood or goat's
Do the
pee on
next
his
one,
porch.
Listen, baby. Let me tell you. These are the figures we needed. We needed C-3PO, okay, to complete a collection. You needed Padme from the prequels. You need Mace Windu. You needed Lando. These are key. You can't say you have a complete Star Wars collection. Natalie Portman's in all three of the prequels. Where is she? Release her. You got, like Will was saying and Leia was saying, you got one of the most important Jedi, certainly the most important one besides Yoda on the council.
Right.
Where's Sam Jackson? And where's C-3PO, which is completely outside of everything.
Whoa, Aries, slow down.
Whoa. Aries is going. It's going bananas here.
It's absolutely crazy. Now, last year, I will give Hot Toys this out of left field. Here comes Billy D. Williams and Lando.
Yeah.
My figure of the year thus far. I'm going to see what happens with that 2-pack Boba Fett if it gets released. We'll have to see. But I'm telling you right now, can you please throw another one out of left field? We
Come
need
on.
Padme,
Throw
we
some
need
on.
Mace, and we need C-3PO. Then I
Yep.
could say, okay, I got a general Star Wars Hot Toys collection. Then you want to give me freaking Frog Lady. You want to give me all this other stuff. Put it out. I'm all for it. But give me those. Come on.
And Grievous
Come
too.
on, man.
Grievous.
Come on.
All right,
Give
easy.
me
agree.
Turbo
Sure.
Baggins.
I
You
have
want
another
Bilbo?
one. I have another one for you guys.
Oh,
Oh no.
that's salt in the wound that day.
Easy.
If I say something about her release date, I'm probably going to disappear within the next week. I don't want to do that. I don't want to die. Oh, Dante's been getting death threats about the false
Fabio.
release dates.
What is Ahsoka? Can you please tell Howard Chan when you're freaking Ahsoka?
No,
We're done.
Same thing with Pennywise. Whenever it comes out, it'll come out. It is what it is. Oh well.
See, Leo gets it. He knows the pain of Pennywise because he has it with Ahsoka, so he gets it.
That's the face of the person who's been waiting for Ahsoka for 20 years.
It's been 84 years.
It's been
hours
8
later.
Tell him.
That's all we need right there. That's it.
Dígale al señor Howard.
Yeah, be my inner monologue while I'm looking at the camera. Just say what you know I'm thinking.
That's the face of disappointment.
All right,
Howard Chan.
this is Lyle thinking.
Yeah, right.
Howard Chan, come on, man. Where's the fucking Ahsoka? Come on, you got this, man. We spoke about this the other night. You know what I want. Give it to me. Show it to me. Come on.
That sounds wrong.
Come on. Motherfucker, come on.
Oh, that's great.
Wow. So Ahsoka, guys. Ahsoka. John, do you want to do an inner monologue for me if you want? I mean, you already did lay out, so it's fine. But I will say, Ahsoka needs to come out. I mean, dude, she was supposed to come out like 6 months ago. I mean, Justin and I were predicting she was going to come out forever ago. I mean, Howard, JC, if you're watching, JC, come on, bro. You know you love us collectors. Throw Leo a bone. This man's dying. He's depressed. Okay, do you see his face? It was a face of disappointment. Look at him. Like, he's more depressed than I am and Dante about Pennywise.
Pretty much.
And that's saying something. Like,
Pretty
he
much.
hasn't been able to eat, sleep, anything.
Pretty much.
So, you know, it's just release Ahsoka. Do us a favor, please. I don't care if the seamless arms rip in half.
Louis
put her out.
Lebin said, now
out.
Lael, do Will's monologue. Hey, put it back on Will's real quick.
Oh, you want me to stare into the camera?
Yeah, just stare at the camera.
All right.
Come on, man, Howard. I know these guys want Ahsoka, but please slide me some Pennywise first, and then possibly Ahsoka afterwards. I mean, fuck it. Just don't even release Ahsoka until, next quarter. Pennywise is the focus. I have chicks that love Pennywise. They want to see it. So please release Pennywise now, motherfucker.
I'll do Eric.
Okay, this is a great segment.
Listen, Howard, you're in luck because I'm getting a freaking call from the Hot Toys Wizard.
Ooh.
Wizard, you sound like Julia Roberts again, baby. What do you mean don't call you baby? But you said that you're not actually Julia Roberts. You just morphed into her. It's not polite. Okay, sure. What do you got for me? Because listen, we're trying to talk to Howard here. But I mean, Howard must know, because if you're giving me this information, obviously Howard owns the darn company. Really? Are you sure? Are you positive? I'm gonna have some words with Howard. All right, Howard, I just heard from the Hot Toys Wizard. You already have C-3PO, the one you want to put out, done, and you're coming out with Fennec along the same time that you're going to be officially announcing Ahsoka?
Wait.
And which one are you going to put out first? Just put them all out, Howard, because they're coming, baby. Give me C-3PO. Give me the Fennec before the end of the year. And please release the darn Ahsoka.
Please.
Yeah, please.
Please.
Come on.
Howard Chan. I'm looking at you, Howard.
So's Grogu, by the way,
want
Dante.
Pennywise.
Look into his soul. Look into his soul, Dante.
We want Ahsoka.
It's all about eye contact.
That's all it
We
is.
want Windu. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
What the fuck is happening in Hong Kong?
Come on. Coño, mierda. Oh, God. Sorry.
Speak some reason to this man. Speak some reason, Dante. Speak some reason to him.
I know, right?
Dante,
All
can
right.
you do that again and zero in on Grogu behind you? Because that would be like, just epic. like seriously. Like, oh my God.
But you know what? It's been brutally horrible waiting all this freaking time for these figures, man. We really need it.
Yeah.
It's I'm tired of waiting like so long. And this is we're just gonna go back of what we spoke earlier about the wait time. We understand. We collectors love to collect, and we wait the time that we need to wait. But sometimes I feel like we're getting abused. I think it's and I think we all have to agree with this. They need to be more clear, and they need to be more transparent in terms of, hey guys, listen, Ahsoka's coming December 2022. Already, right? You wait for it, but they don't say nothing. It's like
Nothing. Do you think? All right, I'm gonna use this real quick. Is it possible? Is it possible that they might, or they're waiting until after the whole Spider-Man, fandom right now and closer to Boba to release this? Do you think that they might do it closer to the Book of Boba? I mean, it would make sense, for them to do it that way. But again, I'm not really sure. They might basically wait for that to pass, knowing that we're getting past Spider-Man, we're almost done with Hawkeye. Now just kicking the gear and just start releasing everything. We're gonna, because we will. I mean, it's so smart for them to release. They have to release Fennec before, at least give us a preview of Fennec before. We already got that, but just give us a head scope. Let us see it. Put it up for pre-order.
Oh man.
And then they have to basically do Ahsoka. It would just make so much sense if they did it. But again, I don't want to give them too much credit because it may not happen. So we'll see.
Leo, that's a
I
good
know.
point. I say yes.
Yes.
They may
Mm.
want to, finish the Spider-Man thing, and then,
Mhm.
I'll throw another. Is it possible at you?
Yeah.
Is it possible that we could actually get a few, just like they did last month? I mean, in the
Yeah.
last couple of months, like the last week of December, get like
Yeah.
4 releases, maybe an announcement. Can you see
I would
that?
hope. I would hope so.
That would be crazy.
I would hope so. It would
With
give us
the
a lot to talk
Mandalorian
about.
buzz. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to say something like right now. Easy when he likes collecting statues, right? He has his boyfriend behind him, half Batman.
Puppy is my boyfriend number one.
And, and number two, you were brainwashing me all this time as well about getting a statue. From day one,
I
telling me
tried.
you should get this, you should get this, and then he kind of forgot about it, right? And then when Will came, he started brainwashing me again.
I see you, Will. I see you had the
See-
Queen Studios up there.
Yes,
that-
the Queen Studios Joker. Yep.
Queen Studios Joker up there. You got Prime
third
1
scale.
Bane. That
Yep.
Bane is a beast of a statue. It doesn't look like that. If you can zoom in on Will,
You want me to zoom in on Bane? I might be able to get him. And I have the Joaquin Joker back there.
I see that. Those are
Joaquin
beast
Phoenix.
statues. It doesn't look so.
Let's see. Hold on. Maybe if I can get on the screen.
Wait,
No, I
wait.
can't.
Where is
See,
Loki
they're out
helmet?
of focus, but
Look,
hold on.
it's right next to the dildo. Just
see
move
the
forward.
Oh, okay, I see.
There
I
we
see.
go.
Is
Now
there-
they're in focus. See the Joker. There's Pennywise back there too. So
Oh,
there's
that's
Bane.
a Prime 1 bust?
Yep.
Those
It
are
sure is.
killer, just stellar statues.
It sure is,
know.
dude. And I got the Prime 1 half scale downstairs in my main collection room. So and that bust just goes on it. So, but I
and,
got it for a
and
really good
currently
deal.
I'm on my transition to statues. I think the price points are way higher, but they respect us. I feel like I don't know if respect's the right word. They tend to our demands.
They value your
Companies-
opinion.
Yes.
Well, I think the competition keeps them accountable. That's
Uh-huh.
Hot Toys, like they don't have competition in their
all.
1/6 scale at least. But
Yeah.
statues, there's Infinity, there's J&D, there's Queen, there's Prime. Like they're all
how many
competing
people,
with each
right?
other.
How many people is
Right.
doing 1/3 Jokers?
Right.
A ton.
And they're all amazing, and we win. So
Yeah. And at that point, like he's saying, if they're putting out all this amazing stuff, they have to compete. Pricing is going to be adequate. I mean, this guy is 10 out of 10. It just doesn't get any better than silicon skin, real rooting in the hair, and all that stuff. And then as Dante brings this up, I was trying to get Dante to buy this nonstop for a while. Did you end up buying it?
I'm gonna.
he's going
Gonna.
to. Yeah.
I already got this on order. It's paid off. It's ready to go. Just waiting on the coronavirus pandemic to.
He
let
is starting
go
to
of the
ship. Did you see
containers.
that?
I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I
I
ordered
saw
this
some
from a
people get
US
shipping it.
retailer. So
Okay, yeah.
because
Prime
of the
1's
My Way.
starting to ship. Yeah.
I got Prime 1. I got a bunch of Prime 1 statues just sitting and waiting. But this is one of the best ones. Another thing, Will, you may know, the crossover with Blitzway and Prime 1 is
Yeah.
stellar.
Yeah.
Love the head sculpts. The head sculpts that Blitzway does and helps out Prime 1 is just bar none. This is probably, and I had compared it with Queen at the time. This is my ultimate Joker for 1/3 I've ever seen. You've got the soft goods materials. You got the hair looks insanely rooted. It looks like
Right.
real hair, and that's coming out of, I don't know if it's some parts going to be resin, some parts probably vinyl individually inserted pieces. But this is just for the price, and then you come out with the another bust that people were complaining, and that's where Prime 1 listened to us, and they came out with a bust that you can buy separately to interchange with the head sculpt that people weren't happy with. So
Ooh, really?
yeah,
Yeah, there's a separate
Wow.
bust. It's like another couple $100. I think that sculpt might be even better, honestly.
Really? Oh my
yeah.
God.
And it has
yeah, see?
rolling eyes. I mean, they're
Oh,
they're
Dante
getting
already
the
knew
game.
because he is all
Oh.
into it.
Oh.
See,
Somebody's
easy,
pitching
easy.
it.
We got a tag team, bro. We got Dante. Dante's gonna do this.
You guys got it.
Yeah, we're gonna bust nuts
Yeah.
on him.
And then- and
We
then-
are exactly right.
But anyway, every I got, since when we did that segment, Dear Howard Chan, people liked it. So guess what? That's gonna be a segment going forward. So
It's gotta be, bro.
yeah. So glad you guys liked it. We just kind of like happen, and we just kind of like, you know what? Let's see what happens. But that monologue was actually pretty funny. I have to give that. I want to give a shout out to another Peruvian in the house. Arriba Peru, carajo.
There he goes, Leo.
I know.
Peruvian,
He's too
man.
smooth,
Like, that's
man.
what I'm
He's too
talking
smooth.
about.
I know.
Peru.
That's
Dude,
what I'm
I'm
telling my
telling you,
girl not to watch
I'm
this channel
Peruvian.
tonight. I'm gonna tell her to turn this shit off.
Con ceviche, arroz con pollo, pollo a la brasa, anticucho, lomo saltado. You know,
Hey, you throw any more gang signs?
Arriba Peru.
Yeah.
Arriba,
Wow.
yes.
If I get kicked out of my house, bro, I hope you have
You
a
know
place for me to
what?
live.
No, listen. I mean, we having so much fun. I mean, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome as well. You know, it's good to have all these conversations about hot toys, third party statues. We're collectors, man. We always looking for the next thing.
hmm
You know, that's what we do. Looking for the next thing. I'm telling you, this one here, I'm gonna pre-order.
Yeah, you're
Oh
good.
yeah, you have to. If you have that Joker, you have to get this one. It'll
I'm just afraid I'm gonna sleep in the couch.
You might. I mean, it's very real possibility. So.
I mean, I know I live closer to Fabio, so maybe I'm gonna sleep in his basement. And his boxes are gonna be my my blanket. Show
Hey,
your
bro,
boxes,
you got any
Fabio.
blankets? Just use the
Literally.
warehouse.
Show your boxes.
Literally,
Then you can put Dante in your collection tour, buddy.
Yep.
Show your boxes.
Damn.
Biggest flex of the year.
It is the biggest
And
flex, Fabio.
look at the camera.
a
Don't
big
say anything.
flex.
Look at the camera. Don't say anything. Hi, my name is Fabio. I'm a hoarder. Sorry.
That's a lot of boxes, dude. But my attic looks like that, so
it's
it's fine.
but these
And
are
they're not
all
empty, though.
sealed. These are all sealed new.
They're sealed.
This is all new.
God damn.
Yeah.
Those are all
right.
sealed?
Oh,
Wait a
like,
minute.
yeah,
You're kidding me.
Fabio's
Go back to
confirmed.
it.
They're all sealed. These are all sealed.
Damn. What
Well,
do you
that's
do?
where the Ahsokas are.
Yeah, exactly. All the
Exactly.
Pennywise I can
That's
see
the
them.
Ahsoka's Pennywise.
Fabio has all
So,
the
Fabio,
Ahsokas.
is it? Are you going to sell those, or the things you just haven't unboxed yet?
So when I order, I usually order, depending on the figure, I'll order 2 or 3. You know, the 501st I ordered 4, Rex I ordered 3, Cody I ordered 3.
Oh,
So it
okay.
depends on the figure. If I feel like I could display them all, I'll open them all. But then what happened was over the years, I started getting scared of running out of room, so I just started like just holding off,
hmm
and then it just came and it became this. So
I still have not seen. I mean, majority wise, I haven't seen a bigger collector than Fabio till this day. I know people have some sick collections. Bar you, Fabio sick.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
that's a
Ronnie
lot.
Stark. He's the only one. Ronnie Stark, that guy is.
yeah, there's somebody who has literally like 3-4 Iron Man of. I think it's what's his name, Iron Man SG or something.
Mm.
This guy has literally he I guess he bought like 4 or 5 of each, and he would take them apart, put the helmets in little containers, a little box, like clear box.
yeah.
display
I
them
followed
all.
somebody.
Yeah, that guy has a sick, but I think he's strictly Iron Man though. He doesn't have like everything, but he has a shitload of Iron Man figures.
He
A lot.
doesn't have 13 Rexes.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Fabio, how many do you have again? Is that
So last time I counted, which was I want to say over a year ago, I had 700 and something, almost 800 at the time. Actually, 779 to be exact. Not including a quarter scale, not including anything else that I collect. It was just strictly 1/6, and that's not including the ones that are sealed either, which I have, at least 60 boxes here sealed. So,
wow.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna ask you guys a question because but before I do that, Anthony Caferrata, switch from my adopting chaos count, man. You guys are all my favorite. Oh, thanks, man. We'll learn some Spanish for the ladies and love you all. Big fan, man. Thanks so much, man. Big heart.
Dante's gonna teach me Spanish.
I'm gonna
That's what
teach you
we need.
Spanish. I'm gonna teach
Yeah,
you the
I need
words.
some for the dating apps or something. I'll record a little because they let you record little like voice recordings now. So if I can record something in Spanish and put it up, hell yeah!
All right,
Immediate swipes.
right?
Immediate swipes.
Never fails. Never fails. All right, guys. I have a
Leo
question
knows.
for you. Yeah, Leo knows.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. Okay, and this is probably it's hard if you have a lot of figures like Fabio Land, but
Fabio.
all right, I'm gonna start with Fabio in this one. I'm gonna put you on the spot, my friend. What figure in your collection would you rate a 10?
Venom, easy.
Really? Out of 900 figures, you can that one?
100%. That Venom figure is beautiful. The size, the detail, everything about that figure is perfect to me.
Are
Perfect.
you talking about my bolt? What?
I'm glad you said that because it'll be here next week.
Ooh.
Yeah, mine still hadn't shipped, but I'm excited.
All right, Lyle, you're
No,
the next one.
I got mine a few weeks ago. I opened it immediately. I was like, "Holy shit,
You
this is
fell in
insane."
love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
You sleep
beautiful
alone?
figure. Beautiful figure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But do you sleep with the figure, or you just live in the?
Just naps together. That's it.
Oh, naps. Okay, that's good. You know,
Yeah,
progress.
that's reasonable.
It's
That's
progress.
It's not a problem.
Lyle,
Oh man.
you have 5 seconds. 5,
Jen Urso.
4,
Yeah,
3.
that's what it is. That's
Yeah?
what it is.
Really? Nice.
Jen Urso. That's a 10, bro.
Oh,
I've been in love with that figure from day one, bro. Like,
Right,
and I think it's just mainly because not only is it just because the sculpt is amazing, but it's the accessories that come with that actual figure, the presence that it has in the detail. Like, that's been my A1, you know, from day one. Like, it's pretty much an amazing figure. And then, like I said, when they released the second version, like the disguise for that one, yeah, like that one's it's still on point. Like I love those two figures. So yeah, my Jen Urso, I mean, again, it's going to be my number one. That's going to be my ultimate 10. And there's more. Like I said, when you look at all the figures that, you know, pretty much that have been released, you know, as of late. Like if you put it, all right, I'll say it this way. I'll you know, position it this way. As far as, you know, Grail pieces that I have, Jen Urso's a 10. As far as figures that have just been released recently, I'm gonna have to, because I don't have him yet, I'm gonna have to go with Miles. I love Miles, bro. I love that Miles figure. Like it's
video game one?
impeccable. Yes.
Yeah,
the
what
video
about
game-
Mysterio?
Mysterio's there, but it is there. But see, the
Okay.
thing is, you know why Miles trumps it? Articulation, bro.
So it looks to
okay,
me that you
okay.
have a lot of tents, my friend.
Articulation.
It does look. It does. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Just wait, Dante. I got a lot.
Oh God! Is it company collectibles?
Are we talking in our collection?
What figure? Yeah,
Everything?
in your collection. In your collection, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't say a Pokemon card, please. Thanks. The Charizard.
I would like to nominate my Charizard as my most favorite.
We'll allow it. We'll allow it.
Calm down, easy. But for figures, I would have to say, as of late, not even one of my favorite genres, not even one of my favorite anything. Back to the Future, Marty McFly.
Ooh.
That to me, hands down, one of the best figures I've reviewed as of late. In the entirety of my collection, I didn't think I was going to keep it. I really didn't think I was going to keep that figure.
Me neither.
But that thing is so tailored. It's a DX figure. The way if you look at the tailoring, the backpack that comes with it, it comes with a little doggy, a newspaper, and then you flip it over, and it literally looks like somebody wrote the girl's phone number on there. Right?
Ooh.
So it just the head sculpt. You look at the shoes, the tailoring. And I usually hate those black circular little bases Hot Toys standardized back then, but it kind of gives that vintage throwback. I don't know if that was intentional for Hot Toys to do so, and I passed that by in my review, and I said go ahead and 10 out of 10 on this guy because it gives that figure a vintage look, and it is a vintage figure. So everything about it, amazing. I mean, you got a little dirt on the wheels of the skateboard. Everything is bar none. It's just spectacular. 10 out of 10.
Hermoso.
But
We have 120 people watching and only 99 likes. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
They're teasing you.
Come
So
on, man.
close.
Come on. Come on. Let's do 110.
110.
We can.
Raising
Let's
the
do
bar.
it.
Raising
Let's
the bar.
do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna leave Will for the end on this one.
Damn it. I was so excited to go.
Senor Aries, what figure will you in your collection will you rate a 10?
Look, listen, baby. I've been collecting these shitty-looking vintage figures and Hasbro figures for decades. So you're going to ask me which one of these Hot Toys I rate a 10? Look, I warned people when they joined my channel, they want to see some of these unboxing. I said, look, it's the worst thing you're going to see. If you're looking to see my kid-like face, that's what you're going to get. Look, I think that they're all a 10. So if I'm going to rate, for me, the Hot Toys, look, that's why I haven't moved. I've talked to you about this, Fabio. I haven't moved on the armor because I got OCD. I know it's going to have those 2 Phillips head screws on the end, so I might have to give it a 9.98, which is going to like bug me. But listen, they're all a 10 to me. I'm just being honest when it comes to Star Wars because it's just the most epic thing. If I have to pick one that I love the most, that's like a 20. That freaking Han Solo Stormtrooper.
Oh.
Listen, baby.
Yes.
I love, and I recently was able to get that figure at
Retail?
Well, pretty much, yes.
Lucky that thing is.
And I opened that damn thing up and I was like, man, I just love it. The detail inside the helmet, because that Stormtrooper helmet comes with all the trimmings on the inside, baby. And it's just freaking nice, the head sculpt. I might like it a little bit better. I love that A New Hope one with the regular Han outfit. But it's really nice, dude. So I give that one a 20.
Beautiful.
I always get volunteered for this shit. What the hell? Like, it's gonna happen eventually because the helmet's downstairs now, though.
Yeah, I know that's a really horrible move, man. He knows he was going to my show and he just decided to move his helmet to the basement. Come on, man.
No, it's in the main collection room now. It's all the lights and stuff. So I mean, I'm gonna
your other house.
No, Dante, I told you. Remember when we do the Pennywise stream? That's when I'll wear it because it's a special occasion, But is it my turn? Do I get to go?
Yeah. No, we're gonna change topics now. So I'm just kidding.
All right, because I was waiting my turn very patiently. Okay, so is it just 6 scale figures?
Anything.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you asked, Dante, because I recently thought about making a top 10 things in my collection video. So I went through the other day and looked at everything, and I did all of the contenders, right? So bear with me on this. Here we go. I'm gonna take a deep breath and do this. All right. Avengers Loki, Yondu, Guardians of the Galaxy Groot, Mysterio, Prime 1 Pennywise, The Force Awakens Kylo Ren, Killmonger, Civil War Black Panther, Darth Maul from Phantom Menace, Durasteel Mando, IG-11, Longclaw 1-1 made by Valerian Steel, Infinity Gauntlet 1-1 made by Hot Toys, the Loki helmet, which I will wear at some point, the Drogon 3-0, Premium Format Kylo, DX-13 Battle Damage Terminator, The Last of Us CC Toys figures Joel and Ellie, Jack Sparrow from Dead Men Tell No Tales, Empire Strikes Back Vader, Balder from Prime 1 Quarter Scale Amazing, Joker the 1/3, both versions, the Prime 1 Joaquin and the 3rd scale PlayStation Heath Ledger, Bane from Prime 1, Arthur Morgan from Limb Toys, Iron Studios Thanos, Mando, Quarter Scale Iron Studios, Anovos Kylo Ren helmet, and The Last of Us 314 CE Taylor guitar replica. There you go.
Heck yeah, baby.
All 10s out of 10s, baby.
Well, you have a really small list.
You know what I'm really surprised by on that list?
What?
You be right, boy. Arthur Morgan.
Oh, Arthur Morgan? You didn't like it?
For a third-party figure, that has to be one of the best third-party figures I've ever seen.
It's got to be.
Along with the thing I said about Marty. I mean, they did really well. They did so well, they came out and released, did you see the other head sculpt?
Yep, I got that when it shipped to me, the mid-beard head sculpt or whatever. Yeah, I got that. Dude, and I bought the Star Ace horse to go with it. It goes great. So,
yeah, that's cool. I like that figure.
Arthur Morgan.
I haven't got it yet, but
it's real. Wait till you get it. If you love the game, you're gonna love the figure. Seriously, it's got so many possibilities.
We gotta go find
Lenny, my boy. Yeah, so Arthur Morgan's great. But I'm glad, Dante, you asked because I had that prepared and ready. I didn't know you were gonna ask, but I come prepared. So
well, you did. Somebody did his homework.
Yeah, I did my homework.
So I have. I'm just gonna. I mean, I don't have a list, but I hold my beer. So my top. I'm just kidding. So I don't even. Captain Rex definitely for me is a 10. Darkseid Anakin, Rambo from 3-0. Space Wizard. I think the Hasbro is amazing on that one. We can argue about the body, about the issues that some people encountered, but just forget about that. Iron Patriot. I love the Hasbro of what's the name of that character? Iron Patriot. Come on, guys, help me.
Don Cheadle?
Yeah. Don
yes,
Cheadle.
him.
Yeah, Don Cheadle.
Rhodey. Yes. Spider-Gwen. I love that Hasbro too. Death Watch. I agree with IG-11. I do agree with that one. And then for sideshow ones, I like the Leatherface. I like the Jason. I think it's pretty awesome. Pennywise, if my friend Howard Chen. Um, and I think Hulk too. Hulk and Battle Damage. Battle Damage Thanos too. I like the Haskell. It's actually pretty good. Pretty good.
Since we're naming everything, I got to throw in Batman.
See, Easy didn't know the rules. That's all.
I didn't know the rules.
Yeah, nobody told me the rules either. In that case,
Alright,
okay. Honorable mention, hella. I'll say hella.
Hella.
that's a good one. Yeah.
My Batman
Hella.
is absolutely perfect. I got
Is that Infinity Studios, Easy?
Infinity.
Okay.
And great customer service because I broke stuff and they said, we fix for you. And I was like, hey, it works for me.
Nice.
That's awesome. So they're sending out parts like a couple pieces I broke and they said next shipment, they're going to send it out. I hate that Queen Studios is giving a bit of a hard time for the U.S. distributors. Not all of them. I mean, they got some, but for us U.S. guys, Infinity's in. So in for the U.S. But for Queen, I don't know why.
Oh,
Queen
Alita
wants to
too.
play it
I
hard.
forgot about that one.
Alita's
Alita's a good
nice.
one. Yeah, that collector mega point. Yeah, Alita's good.
Yeah,
You know,
Alita's good, too.
Alita, even the what's his name?
Hellboy.
Hellboy. Yes, Hellboy.
Mhm.
I mean, there's so many really good figures. I mean, nobody can argue about the quality of the Haskells. Yes, they can have one-offs like what happened with Tony Stark, which in person it doesn't look that bad. Just to just for the record, it doesn't
Yeah.
look. And I've been consistent with my message. In person, doesn't look that bad. General Grievous Sideshow is an amazing figure. I think it's definitely a solid 10 out of 10. Everything is just perfect of that figure.
Yeah, we give Hot Toys a
It is.
pretty rough time. Not gonna lie, we do give them a rough time, but they do take money from us. Sorry.
We hold them to a really high standard. Yeah.
Well, I was
that's-
gonna say, I think it's because we pay so much for these figures that we expect, what we would like to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not only money but our time. We wait for these figures to the point where we're over the shows and we still buy this stuff. We're
Yeah,
still.
I quit my job so I can wait for them.
Yeah, right. So, all right. So now December 29th is approaching, and I'm going to go with this one with my friend Aris. December 29th is approaching, and you know what's going to happen on December 29th.
No,
Everyone
no
knows
idea.
what's going to happen December 29th.
Mm.
Yeah, this is for the Mandalorian, but I think I said it's going to be that day that we're going to see this figure, and I'm just going to say it. I think we're going to see it on December 29th, or that week, for that matter. What are
Look,
the chances, Aries? What is the Hatter's Wizard telling you?
Look, baby, you might be right because what is today? Today is December 10th. So we are not far away from December 29th. Is it possible that your prediction of December 29th is correct? We're going to have to see. But like we were talking about before, with Layla in the panel here, Layla was bringing this up. Could we get some figures that they're going to wait right when the book of Boba Fett releases, during those few days? Look, there's some, and also announces. Release announcements and releases. Because if you remember last year, very interestingly, that heavy infantry Mandalorian released like on New Year's Day. It was like really, really weird. They put up the production photos on January 1. I went back and double checked. So you might be right, but I tell you, when I look at this, I mean,
It's amazing.
if you look back from this year, guys, I mean, there's something about this worn out armor that just from looking at the photos and the secret base stuff, it's like
I think
it looks so freaking epic.
I
Yeah,
think
love
Aries,
that
I
stuff.
think you see the art in it. I always think that
Yeah.
the more dirty, the more gritty, the more artsy, the more
Yeah.
work.
I love
I
that
was-
really battle damage.
Yeah.
Like, it makes.
I was under the impression that they should have just kept this suit the entire
Right.
second season and then gave him like for his own standalone, give him the clean suit then. I mean, because it's in representation of what he's trying to accomplish, what she wants to be that main figurehead. So they should have just rocked with this the entire way through because it's so gritty. And I think this is more threatening than anything because it just shows that he's been through a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And it's
That's
attached Yeah, it's attached to one of the greatest Star Wars scenes of all time, in my opinion. I mean, like
Yeah.
that scene with him showing up in Mando season 2 is I mean that I haven't really got that feeling since the Vader Rogue One scene, that eventually the Luke Mando scene. So I mean, those are the scenes I think were just. Those are the type of things that they're fan service in the best kind of way. And I can always look back at this figure. I love this. I'm with you, Leo. The clean version's okay, but this version to me is infinitely better. I love this one. This is the one I'm getting because it's attached to that scene that I love. And the look is badass. I mean, to me, it might be my favorite Boba look. I have Empire Boba too, and I love that one. But this one's just like rugged and gritty and nasty. And I love it. Yeah.
Will.
Yeah.
Brother Cousins, my boy, brother. I want to.
No,
I want to give a
no.
shout out to my friend. I want to give a shout out to
Turn it
Brother
on.
Cousins. Brother Cousins, shout out to you, my friend. He has. We were in his live stream yesterday. If you haven't checked it out, you should, because we had really good time.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun watching. I was watching. It was awesome.
Yes,
It
me
was.
too. It was fun.
Well,
It was his first
What's up?
live stream.
You see what Toya said.
What'd she say? Was she in... She knows. Man.
She loves the armor. Like
She loves the armor.
Armor is her favorite character. Like, period. Like, I guess, like I told you, this armor that's in here, that's not mine. It's just displaying in there.
It's Toya.
You know,
That's
is it possible that the armorer can still do that? Because I actually think there's a possibility that he may get some stealth suit or an alternate
Possibly.
suit or a new suit altogether.
Is Beskar possible?
I
And
say yes.
There we go.
You got the echo there.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to my friend Howard Stowe is in the house. Great show.
What's up? One of the best retailers.
Yeah, he usually gets hard to find figures. So if you're looking for one, make sure you check him out.
Yeah.
The
He has a
link
little
is in the
secret den
description
of
below.
burned figures.
Yeah.
You know what, Aries, you just had me think about something really quick. What if, because Robert did say that basically he loved the original rendition of Boba. He liked the white suit, like when it was released. What if they did that? What if they went Ralph McQuarrie on this, bro? What if they actually sent him to like maybe like a snow planet or something like that, and he decided to wear that suit? That would be incredible.
Yeah, can you imagine that? That is
right?
that is a great thought, because I was thinking in the back of my mind, hey, is Hot Toys gonna, just from a Hot Toys perspective, they're gonna put out like Sideshow that prototype version, and
Yeah.
wow, if they did that on screen,
Yeah, that would be incredible, bro.
wow, that would be like super sharp.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, Lale, the prices for some for those figures?
Oh my God.
Hot Toys
man.
will make one, but I mean, in the interim.
Because they know
crap.
Boba's going to sell. So anything Boba, anything Mandalorian, they're going to drop, like
Right.
plain and simple, because
Yeah.
they know it's going to. I mean, it's just been proven. Anything that they drop is going to sell. Finnick, please, Howard Chan. Like, seriously, can we get that soon?
It's
Like,
gonna
literally.
happen. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Come on,
I
man.
don't know what you guys think, but I almost, and look, understand me when I say this. I don't necessarily love right now the look of his armor repainted. I feel like they're going to shine it up, just like that. With like with his head, he's going through. They're changing his appearance slightly through the with the back of the tank. I feel like they're going to change the suit and evolve it, but I think they're going to do it in a way where we're like into it. But is it possible? Besides, I don't know what you guys think about that. That like Iron Man. I know we kind of joke around. He's the next Iron Man, or the Mandalorian's the next Iron Man. But could he have alternate suits like Iron Man? Could he have different ones? What do you guys think?
I think there's a one change, and Easy, you can talk about this.
Eyebrows.
You
Yeah, this is a change.
Yeah.
but this is the thing. They drop a trailer and they show him
Back.
with the pale makeup or whatever, and then they show him in a Hawaiian type of style, that he was in the sun or he was in Punta Cana getting some margaritas.
Yeah, it'd be
know?
crazy for them to all of a sudden give him eyebrows and not explain where do your eyebrows come from.
Well, they'll have to, right?
They have to. So Disney,
There's probably a good spa in Tatooine.
it's cheaper for Disney to make a $10 million show, like one episode that costs $10 million to show how he got his eyebrows back, than having to apply his makeup every day, probably.
Maybe he's healing as time goes on.
But his little
That's
back-
a good. That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. I think what we saw at the end of the Mandalorian, some time passed for the book of Boba Fett. Like it's like a few years after or something like that. That's the
And
only
you,
explanation I can think of.
and you know what? Because even in the trailer, we see him in the bathtub tank, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's a flashback. That can be basically present
Yeah.
time, like where
Th-
he's just
that's
constantly in
that's
back and
true.
forth, just healing. You know what I mean? Like he could
Ooh.
still,
Well, the
you
only
know.
thing people say about that is because we don't see his eyebrows, and
Mhm.
I mean that's the last time we see this guy with no eyebrows was from previous flashbacks and
Mhm.
previous. So the new show, I would presume, in the first episode, they're just gonna put your eyebrows back on, and then after that, we're gonna move on.
So do me a favor though, because speaking of that, can you pull up the armored version with the throne and look at the head sculpt and see if there's a hint of, or if they're using the one that we've just recently seen, or is there any type of changes compared to
The 2-pack.
the damaged 2-pack?
I think when we looked at, I know we did a, it was live and raw, and I think that you hopped on there, Dante, and I think that we noticed that it's the same head sculpt, but the eyes are facing they're facing the different direction in one and the other. I think you put that in your review.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Why I cannot find it? Why I'm such an idiot and I cannot find this. All right, let's see. Let's try one more time.
I just, you know what? That's cool. And if they have to give us an upgraded or updated Rex with the beard, with the all white beard, please give it to us.
Isn't
Oh,
that Fox?
gosh.
There it is.
All right, I take it back.
Did I
That
put
looks
it?
cool, but I like the Warren Out one better. But
Yeah, I do too. But it still looks really cool. Yeah.
it still looks
Yeah.
cool. I just think they're going to update it, or it's going to get more wear and tear, or he
Yeah,
might.
so that
Yeah,
head
it's the
sculpt
same
is
sculpt.
different a
Yeah.
Let's
little
look
bit because
into the
he's
other
squinting.
side. Right.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But
that's
this
true.
is considered Mandalorian time
Right.
frame.
Yeah.
So
It
this
is
is going to
considered
be Book of
Mandalorian
Boba.
Yeah.
So as of Book of Boba, new head sculpt.
Mhm.
As a Mandalorian, old head sculpt.
Mm.
I kind of
That's
like.
really
I
good.
love this painting though. I mean, look at it's very rough and I love it. Like I
The
think this is
armor,
really
the armor
nice.
design is amazing. That
Yeah.
on top of the paint apps, you can see
It looks old on. Yeah.
it's not even. It looks not professionally done. In that way, I mean,
Like a prime,
Like
like,
if
a
I
car
like
that's
if I did
primed.
it, for example,
right,
right?
right.
Yep.
It's like you painted over a rusted car, like what
Well,
Aries is saying.
We're getting like a non-mythos figure that can actually stand and the joints are okay.
Right.
Straight up.
Yeah,
That
right.
Mythos
Exactly,
figure
bro.
was
And
one
that
of the
throne
worst
is sick.
figures.
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you
no,
guys
no.
think of that throne? I love that.
It's
That was
really
a-
cool. I'm
that
glad
was an
Hot Toys
arrow
is
to
giving
the
us
knee.
stuff like this. Yeah, I think it's really cool.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Would he be fine to sit on that throne long term and not damage himself?
Well, I mean, it depends because it's cloth, right? Like, I mean, it depends. Like the material's cloth. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
that's
that they're
true.
using joints. It's not seamless, so I don't think it'd be a
You
problem.
think it's fine? Okay.
Yeah. I
What do
think
you
it's-
guys? A question for you guys: Is this going to be like material like the Gonk droid with the Jawa
A
2-pack,
hollow
or
piece of plastic.
what do you think?
It's probably
I
gonna
think
be
this is
just
gonna
like
be-
the throne from the Wakandian throne for Black Panther, plastic.
I think it's gonna be vinyl. Just a heavy
Yeah,
vinyl piece of.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like Maul, right? Like Darth Maul, Han Solo Maul,
Yeah.
the chair, which is kind of like the
Right.
materials
Yeah.
are different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's how they usually Hot Toys usually makes it all vinyl-y
Yeah.
when it comes to their dioramas. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be that vinyl-y stuff.
The sculpt is great.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
no,
Yes.
it's amazing. I think they nailed it. And
Yeah.
this is something that the Hatos have been improving though. Like after what
They
happened
don't
with
need to
with the
change it.
Tony Stark, they mean like getting better and better.
Right.
that's
Definitely
good.
don't need to change it. They
Yeah,
can
we win
keep it
'cause of
just
that.
like
And-
this.
And Dante, like Leo and I talked about the Shang-Chi. Oh my god, dude.
Mhm.
That was
That
another
sculpt's
one. The head
incredible.
sculpts have been killing. This Tamora Morrison is one of the best.
Yeah.
And listen, thank God that it's magnetic jetpack, because I was so done
my
with
God,
those
yeah.
Boba Fett hook.
Those
I
hooks
wish
are a
they would have
nightmare.
done that with, I don't know, with the ESB 40th. I wish they would have upgraded it and just made it magnetic, but they didn't. I know it's a little thing. It's just such a pain when you're when you're posing those figures or taking them out.
You're talking about the heads being magnetic?
No, well, I love that too with the mall. That's great with the Darth. No, I'm talking about the jetpack
Oh yeah.
with
Oh.
Return of the Jedi.
With
Boba
the
Fett.
OT Boba Fett's, they're a pain in the ass.
You
Oh,
got to
yeah.
hook them on the back, and they never go right. And then if you move
No.
the figure, it'll fall off, and you're like, ah, such a pain.
horrible.
You see, this is something that I really like what Hot Toys did, that they re-engineer this, because now every figure that you get, like Clone Wars figure or even Mandalorian figure, the jetpack is magnetic, and there's a huge
Yeah.
plus. Even for the quarter scale, is magnetic, and it's perfect. I'm telling you, I really love that figure. So Grogu, say goodbye, man. You're gonna go to your box, man.
Grogu saying goodbye.
And then when the
Joker.
Joker comes, sorry, Mandalorian, but you're gonna continue staying there. Joker, you're gonna be here in this in front of me.
No, but both these Bobas are great, seriously, and we're gonna get a bunch more. So
We're gonna get a bunch more. We're gonna get a bunch more. I wanted to talk about this guy, before. Actually, it was supposed to be the first topic, but we got sidetracked as always. So we got this beautiful Catwoman, and we spoke about this, I think, on L's show as well the other day.
Yeah.
Very briefly, I want to just kind of get you guys' thoughts. So, Easy, I know that you're a DC fan. You like your DC characters. Do you think this was a good call by Hot Toys to kind of like do a 2.0 of Catwoman?
It's always what Fabio says. They always throw something out of left field, and everybody's like, somebody asked for this girl? Okay, I guess we'll take her. And she's here. To go with what they're doing right now, which is reissuing the whole line, Bane is to come. Fabio told me Bane is to come. I mean, this stuff is going to come. But will I get this figure again to watch it flake over? I don't know. People are saying it's made out of a different plasticized rubber or something, or I just don't see it. I don't see where Hot Toys has improved in their recent releases for me to be convinced that this was a revamp, something that they're trying to give back to us. I don't see it that way. I just see a diorama base. And they said better paint app, which probably is, because obviously you got to repaint. Somebody's got to paint these head sculpts when it comes out. So probably better paint apps, but probably that's all for me. If I were to go for this Catwoman, I would wait for Will. You may already know Queen Studios making the 1/6 scale Bat Pod with Selena Kyle.
Beautiful pose.
And a third scale. Yeah.
And a third scale. And Infinity Studios is already in pre-order with the full life-size bust. So I love that we have Queen in Infinity. Since they came into the page of the book, the pages have been ripping out for Hot Toys for me. It just Queen coming out with their 1/6 with the Bat Pod. I mean, if I were to get into this, I would probably get the Queen one. So this would be a pass for me, and that's coming from I'm a big DC fan, especially the Nolan Batman. So it would be a pass for me.
So it's a pass for my friend Easy, unfortunately. But I think Will is gonna get 2 of this.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll get 2 and send them both to Leia.
I think Will is on my page.
No, it's funny. Like I do like this figure though. I think Easy and I both. I do see the value in it. Sean Bean now.
Sean Bean says, Sean Bean here. Just want to say thanks for the great and entertainment stream while being stuck at work during snowstorm. Have a great night. Oh man, I'm so sorry about the snowstorm.
Wow.
Where are you?
In
what part of the
Alaska?
world?
I don't know. Like
Well, we're in New York, so I think we're gonna get some snow tomorrow. That's what I heard. I don't know.
Oh, it's
Hope
supposed
not.
to snow tomorrow?
I know that's what they
Oh,
say.
I'm in
That's
Maryland.
what my mom
so
is
I
telling
hope
me. I'm like, really?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll check. It did snow the other day, but nothing stuck. But
I hate snow. I hate snow. But thanks so much for the $5, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Sean Bean.
Thank you.
So what I would say about this Catwoman, I do like it overall. I do feel like it's really good. And Easy was talking about the suit material. Supposedly they said they have newly developed the hands and the suit material to be more durable. So we'll see. I mean, I'll give Hot Toys the benefit of the doubt on that for now. I do agree with Easy on the fact that, yes, the Queen Studios 1/6 scale on the Bat Pod is a lot more expensive. But if you were to get the Bat Pod from Hot Toys, you'd be paying about a third more probably. But you could put her in a pose that you feel comfortable with. She's leaning on the Bat Pod. She's a statue. She'll be fine, right?
Badass pose, though.
Yeah, exactly. Badass pose. But if you put the Hot Toys in that pose for a long period of time, I'm not convinced you'd be thrilled about it because what's going to happen to that suit. But you can do so many other poses with her like this one or whatever you want to do. And you have more dynamism and more variability in what you can do, more flexibility. I I do think the sculpt, it's good. I said it's like an 8. I think it's good. In my opinion, I feel like it should almost be better because it's basically taking the old head sculpt and just repainting it, which it is better. But the problem is, like Easy was referencing, like what the market is now on Catwoman. Like I get that, J&D and Queen and Infinity are way more expensive, but at the same time, they still are competition because the market has pretty much increased with what the quality people expect from these collectibles, right? So I feel like this Catwoman's still really good, but when you look at J&D or Queen or Infinity, like it's not as good as those in the face sculpt alone. So that's kind of where I feel like it should be better, and I think it will be better. I think Hot Toys will continue to improve this, but I guess we'll see. For me, I'm not going to get it, but I do think it's really great. I'm happy for a lot of people who are. I'm waiting more so on the Bane and the Joker. That's what I want.
Okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you guys something real quick because my friend Josh was just sending me a message. So he
sent me my invoice for J&D Joker, and like I said, I paid it. So he said 3 months.
Before I continue with the panel on this one, this is for you guys, the viewers. So right now, our friend Josh from Comic Concepts. Happy holidays! Earn triple points equivalent to 15% back on all purchases. Oh my god! So this is your chance. ComicConcepts.com. Thank you, Josh, for dropping this. I was waiting for him. That's why I was taking a bit longer because he probably was sleeping. I forgot about it. Come on, Josh. Come on.
I hope that applies to my J&D Joker I just paid off. That was a lot of money.
No. He was waiting for you to pay that off.
That was
first,
Josh. I'm gonna message him and be like, you sneaky son of a bitch. You waited for me to pay that off, $2,000, and then
You
now
came on the wrong stream today.
You came on the wrong stream.
I'm gonna message him.
Well, it's like, no, I'm serious.
No, I want that triple.
I'm gonna go up the ladder here. Aries, so this Catwoman is beautiful. I'm telling you. I don't have any of this figure. I used to have the Dark Knight and Bane and Joker. I sold them. So now with this reissue thing, I'm gonna get them back. So
What do you think on the hair?
me?
Yeah.
It looks nice.
Anyone?
I love it. Aries, what do you think about the hair?
Hair, everything. I mean, first of all, the figure is absolutely magnificent. I mean, it's beautiful. This trilogy means a lot to me. Actually, we were on a family, vacation many years ago when the first film in this trilogy came out, and it just has an epic timeline in my life for things going on at that time. I was actually thinking about getting one of those Christian Bale ones that are on pre-order, and now that I'm hearing that Bane could come out, I don't know. It's so hard with some of these because obviously I'm all Star Wars, but I'm a huge fan of a lot of different stuff as well. I love this trilogy. I don't know, man. When I saw this, started turning in my head. Get this, get the Christian Bale one, Bane coming out. Come on. I mean, I love this trilogy. And look at that. I mean, I was bored in it. I was molded by it. I mean, come on. I mean, I just love it.
Do we know what she's going for on eBay right now? Because maybe that's why they decided.
She's not that expensive, believe it or not. I think she's in the 280, 300 something, But now with this reissue, it's gonna obviously the sculptors are gonna be like.
It was a lottery ticket repurchasing this, especially if it's pre-owned and handled already. It's a ticket. Is it gonna be a winner and stay in your collection, or is it gonna flake out? So I mean, it's kind of hard to buy something like that.
Well, I have two. I have one on top of the bad pot, and then I have one in the case, and they're fine. I never had any flaking issues with any figures. Right. No leather, nothing, and thank God everything perfectly fine. So
could you imagine with little Fabio? Hey Fabio, can you show us the figure? And then he takes the figure and this dusts.
It's
a matter of handling it. It looks fine until you move it. That's the thing. You think it's okay, and you'll probably leave it there for years, and you'll be like, "Yeah, mine never." Oh snap!
Oh snap! All right, Al, you're next. So, Catwoman. I mean, we spoke about this in your show as well. What are your thoughts about that one, and what are the chances that we're gonna get this guy next?
Oh yeah, the Catwoman is brilliant. I like that piece. I love it. I was actually thinking about picking it up a couple months back. I'm glad I passed on it because just looking at some of the upgraded photos that they have actually done on the tailoring in general. And I mean, I got confidence that it's going to be a really decent figure. I mean, I have the bat. I actually have the tumbler. I have the the Christian Bell on order. And this Selena Kyle was basically waiting to see if they would do it. I'm glad they've done it. So yeah, I'm really happy about it. And I mean, the thing is, it's like the head sculpt. I'm sure that they have the time to do what's needed and to make it a little bit better. But yeah, I'm all in on it. I can't wait till we get that DX Joker again, and then that Bane. I'll definitely get that. But yeah, I was really excited when we saw this because it came out of left field. I don't know what they were thinking when they did it, but I'm happy that they did it. And yeah, I cannot wait to get this figure in hand because I missed out on the first one, but then again around that time, like it was for me, it was strict. And here's the thing, it's hard when you are a Star Wars fan, but at the same time you're a comic book collector and you love comics and you love both DC and Marvel, because the thing is you have this affinity for these figures, and I can't wait to get it in hand. So once I have it. Yeah, so I'm really confident that this figure be decent. I mean, because when I look at it, I'm looking at the same thing, the same material for my Black Widow, and that Black Widow, the material on that figure is incredible. I can pose it up, I get articulation. It hasn't flaked on me yet. I've pretty much, to be quite honest, the only figure that I have where I've actually experienced flaking issues, and that was just mainly on the Age of Ultron Wanda, the jacket. That was the only figure that I've actually ever had where I've experienced any flaking issues. None of my other figures have flaked. And I don't know if it's just because of room temperature or where I actually have the figures, but I've never experienced that problem. So, yeah, I mean,
what's funny that you mentioned that, Lyle, because I don't have figures, like a super old figure, so I cannot say that I have that issue. But when I sold my collection before I bought my house, I got the figures for a long time. And I never had that issue either.
No.
Fabio has like a billion figures.
I have all the first Terminators. I have all the first leather stuff that ever came out. I have Resident Evil figures with leather. None of them flaking. I bought them brand new. Never flaked, not even a little bit. I'm so glad.
Show your Catwoman.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
Now make vroom vroom sounds. Vroom vroom vroom.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I
That's how
can't
you
wait.
play with them, yeah.
Definitely can't wait to get this figure in hand because, like I said, I missed out on the first time. So, yeah, I mean, I'm super excited now. Now you make me want to actually get that bat pod. Like seriously,
Leo, I think we kind of need it.
And I have some news, guys.
I think I'm gonna have to get that.
Because
I got two bat pods. I got one for Batman, one for her.
Yeah, because I'm
gonna have to
getting
get
the DX19 also. Leo, I know you are too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Batman. So I think we kind of need the bat pod. Yeah,
We're gonna have to get it, bro.
And I think I heard that one is coming next.
What, the bat pod?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Right. So
We'll
what about?
see.
So this is for everyone.
Oh yes.
Briefly, what do
No
you guys
brainer.
think? I mean,
No brainer.
I'd get him too. Yeah, and I had the Prime
brainer.
one. I think I'd still get this. Yeah.
Yeah, no brainer.
I had the older figure. The original release, it was spectacular. I didn't have a issue at all with the jacket. Some people had very bad issues, and I didn't have anything wrong with the jacket. It lasted as long as I had it, nothing wrong with it, and it was perfect. I mean, they even got like that little cut on his eyebrow. I mean, the details for the age of the figure it's really sick. So for new paint apps from Hot Toys and a reissue, to me, this doesn't need a reissue. But they're going to go along with it because of the line being relaunched. But to me, I think it's got a solid base with collectors right now. I think it's still solid that they don't have to reissue this. It's still they can. They're just going to make money off of it if they do reissue it.
yeah, I know, and I know we have a lot more to discuss, but let's just jump on this one real quick.
Ooh.
Joker. I mean, and I think Will, I think you mentioned this, that they are probably getting ready. Oh, someone else. I don't remember who. My brain is fried. It's Friday, so forgive me.
Right.
So somebody mentioned, just gonna put it like that, that the reason why they didn't announce this one yet is because they want to make sure that whatever they actually release and announce
Mm.
is up to par with those statue companies that they're doing Heath Ledger. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know, if it's true or not. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's definitely what I've been echoing that sentiment for a while. I think that's the case because we've been hearing for a while that this was going to be DX20 and then it wasn't, and then we thought it was going to be DX21 and then it wasn't. So like we've been hearing for a while this has been in the making. So I think you're right, Dante. I think they're really saving this one. Maybe they're experimenting with rooted hair and sculpted hair, looking at what Prime 1 did with that sculpted hair and how incredible it looks. And they're probably saying,
I
oh,
think one of them is not actually hair. It's more like vinyl or.
that's the Prime 1. Yeah, the Prime 1 is like not rooted hair. It just looks like it's rooted. So I think Hot Toys probably saw that and were like, oh, we can do that. Like we can make it look like that. So, or they could do rooted. And I think they could do rooted.
I feel
would
like
prefer
they
rooted.
have with the Tom Holland sculpts.
Well, with the vinyl, yeah.
I
But I
think
mean,
they
like,
have with the
the
little
strands and stuff,
Yeah.
like with Heath Ledger, it's a little more intricate. So like I feel like
Right.
that, but they could definitely do that with this figure. And I think you guys are right. I think they are waiting to make sure this looks right before they put it out there because J&D and Queen and Prime 1, while different scales, they're dropping heat, right? So Hot Toys got to bring their A game on this one. It's a big figure.
I agree. What are your thoughts? Are we gonna get this one? Has to be.
Oh yeah, but I definitely think we're going to get it. It's just a matter of when. It's probably sitting there next to Ahsoka, waiting for its reveal. But I think I think we're going to actually get it. It's just a matter of when. But again, I would rather them take their time and do it and get it right than to just release some trash because again, these J&D, they're come on man, like they're showing their hands, like just everything is just incredible. Like those sculpts are incredible. So if they're going to release this, it has to be on point. They can't slack on it. And I think that they're going to do it because they want to actually also capitalize on a hype. They don't want to get left behind. So I think it'd be smart for them to do it.
Fabio?
I think they should actually come out with a nurse Joker, believe it or not. I feel like we have a 2.0. You know, what are they going to do? 3.0? You know what I mean? I mean, we have enough Jokers, I feel like, and they're always going to sell anyway, but I feel like a nurse Joker we need from Hot Toys because we don't have one.
So maybe they can do a 2-pack. Aries, what do you think? Maybe they can do a 2-pack and drop something new with this figure so it sells.
Real quick, Aries, before you go though, you know what would be? I was just thinking about this before it slips my mind. You know what would be decent if they actually released this figure and gave us a diorama with him sitting on top of burning money.
Yeah,
That would be incredible.
I think that would be. They're all about diorama bases right now. So
That
yeah,
would be incredible.
Right.
but yeah. With the Bane, by the way, someone made a really good comment. I agree. Bane should have swappable arms. He should come with a seamless set like Thor, and then a jointed set that you would put on with the coat. So if you want to put the coat on, use the jointed arms, and you can move his arms around. But if you want to put him shirtless, make him sleeveless. That would be the nice upgrade for Bane.
So, Aries, what do you think? Do you think we're gonna get this one soon as well? Because now that the trend is there.
I think so, and I know you and I have talked about, the Back to the Future stuff. Aries, you're going to get that because I really love, Back to the Future, and I haven't, thought about that really. But I'll be honest with you, they're reissuing this line with this trilogy. This may be the thing that gets me into not just Star Wars with Hot Toys. I mean, they give you Bane, they give that Joker. I don't know. I'm really thinking about it. I really am, to be honest with you.
And that Batman Aries, the DX19, is really good.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do it. Really.
I know. All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap this up. I know we can go forever. I think we got a really good show. Thank you, everyone, for watching. So, Fabio, what's going on your channel before we wrap things up?
A couple things coming soon. Just keep your eye out.
What's his name?
Short and to the point.
What are we working on your? What's going
yeah.
on? 6 scale, 1/4 scale man.
Only one quarter scale man. Only one. Just that quarter scale man.
One quarter
is the
scale man.
only one I'm getting. That's it. But no. Sunday, of course, this coming Sunday is going to have Take Your Position. Me, Iron Logan. I think Jetta's going to be on there as well. I think you're going to be on as well. Is that right, Man Hot? You're jumping on.
When is it?
Sunday.
Sunday.
You'll be
I
there.
don't
Well,
think.
just let me know. Let me know if you can. If you can, you're
No,
not. It doesn't
I
matter.
don't think Sunday I'm gonna be able to. Because
Okay.
I think what do I have Sunday to do? I have one with who? Someone invited me on Sunday.
Justin,
We'll
maybe?
do you. We'll get you in the following weekend. Then
Okay.
we'll jump you in the next. So yeah, it'll be basically just the polls off. Oh, it's not even a polls off. It's just like a conversation while we just polls up figures. This week we're capitalizing on the simple fact that again it's No Way Home, so we're going to be posing any and everything Spider-Man on Sunday. So look out for that. Monday is comic book talk with friends, where basically we're going to be talking about episode 4 of Hawkeye. So can't wait to kind of dive into that. And I'm not streaming for the rest of the week. After that, I think we'll probably just do Justin if he's on that Tuesday. But other than that, I'm shutting everything down Wednesday. I'm not even on social media, nothing on Twitter, Instagram, nothing, because I don't want to be spoiled. I'm going in on Thursday clean. I don't want to see shit. So yeah, that's it for next week, and then we'll again, of course, we'll have Take Your Position on next Sunday, and then regularly scheduled program the following weekend. So yeah, if you haven't already subscribed to the 16 Scale Man YouTube channel there, as well as Instagram and Twitter. So yeah.
Nice. Will, what's up in the WILLFOXIFICATION Dr. Will's channel?
Yeah, Dr. WILLFOXIFICATION. All right.
Infinity Selena Kyle coming up.
Yep, exactly, bro, exactly. So Collectors Mingle will be Sunday, as always. I'm not sure what the topic's going to be with the panelists, because I always come up with it that day, but that'll always be every Sunday at 8. And then what else is going on? I'm working on a video essay for Arrival, the movie that Denis Villeneuve put out a couple years back. That's a really great movie. Some collectible reviews here and there. I'm still waiting on some pieces to show up. Everyone keeps asking about a collection tour. I'm gonna do one. I'm waiting because J&D Joker, Prime 1 Sauron, and Kratos from Prime 1 are all should be on their way soon. So if not already shipped. So I'm waiting for those to come in. Then I'll do the collection tour, and then I'll do some other reviews along the way. And then I got Lael's show. I'm on every Wednesday, and Justin's every Tuesday. And then Figures and Flicks drops like today or tomorrow, I think. But all that in the works. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, though, man. It's a great time.
Yeah,
My pleasure,
appreciate
my
it.
friend. Is it Cobra Collectibles?
So I got some, just like statues. Got it coming in. I'm right behind them. Just a matter of waiting. Just a matter of waiting to get them in. Dead Poop is going to be next on review. I like calling them Dead Poop. I don't know why. But other than that, just keeping up with the reviews and waiting on statues. It's a waiting game, isn't it, Will? It's literally like
Sauron he's on a boat right now somewhere in the
I'm on a boat.
Pacific. I don't know.
You got
he's
Sauron.
on a boat. He was Prime 1 Sauron. He shipped. They said about 3 months once he's on the boat, and he was on the boat. He's been on the boat for like 6 weeks or something. So I don't know. He should be here anytime.
Yeah, I got Berserker and Legolas confirmed. I'm not too sure on Sauron, and I'm not too sure on. I was torn between Legolas Infinity. That one
I'd go
half
Infinity.
scale.
Yeah,
that was amazing, but too much money. Way too much money for.
But that Balrog set, that's the one I kind of want. But
the Balrog
I have
set
no
looks
space
cool,
for it.
but it's
No
so
space
out
for
of
it.
scale for everything.
Yeah, it is.
So
No
that's
space for it
just
too.
messing with my mind. But yeah.
My friend Iris, the bartender himself, what's going on at 6 Scale Cantina?
Well, look, we got a live show tomorrow night, so definitely the market show live 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. I'm already brewing tons, baby, and I got the spotchka ready. I have some ideas on some of the really interesting and intriguing and mind-blowing topics we're going to discuss, but definitely tomorrow for sure. I know that many of you guys are on that show. I've reached out to you tomorrow, so I think Lael, you're on there. Will, you're on. Dante, you're on. Fabio, I hope you're on for tomorrow. But listen, and Easy, you're always welcome. It's so hard to get Easy to get you to come on. It's not easy to get Easy.
It's not easy.
Easy as it
Easy
looks.
is not easy.
But that's what's going on. I think we'll have a great show tomorrow night. Got some interesting things going on. If you didn't check out the Aries Tarrington show, which the 4th one came out this week, my special guest was Brother Cousins, and we really had a good time. I'm going to continue with that series. There'll be a new one next week. Of course, you got the regular market chart show coming out next week as well. And with the end of the year, I'm going to have a lot of, different, end of year thoughts. I already started it kind of, last week. So just stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that. And what's going on my channel? We're gonna have the unboxing review of Mandalorian One Code Skill tomorrow. I have some surprise for you for Spider-Man, so it's gonna be dropping before the movie drops. And waiting for Zombie Deadpool. Hopefully, it will arrive one day if FedEx decides to release my shipment. Thanks, FedEx, for the kind delayed for my figures that's supposed to be here 2 days ago. I'm gonna be on Aries tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'm probably gonna premiere it tomorrow at 8:30 Aries, but we can coordinate offline. The premiere of the review. And we have a giveaway going, so check out my Instagram page and Facebook group Six Scale Media. All the links, the description below for my friends, for me, everyone. Thank you, everyone on the chat, and as always, be well, and see you around in the next video.